All right, guys. Let's do this video here. You guys voted for this video. It was apparently Turkey Tom chatting with Boogie2988. I think this is Kick or Keep, right? With Destiny and all that. So I'm kind of, Kokunars. Oh, wow. There's a star-studded cast, including this incredible haircut. Beautiful stuff. Guess I can't really say anything because I don't really have a haircut. But I'm curious about it. People are telling me Boogie's girlfriend broke up with him, and he's sad, and he's this, and he's that. And I can be honest with you, people ask me to cover something where he's talking about, how his declining health. I want to be real with you. My sympathy and empathy for him is non-existent. We're talking about an individual with every single opportunity to improve himself. He has a large YouTube channel. He could start pumping out content. Yeah, he could do like conversational React content. Oh, well, that's cringe, isn't it? Because what he's doing now isn't cringe. Constantly trying to insert himself and create controversy and drama around himself to embarrass himself every other day for a little bit of money. Yeah, go react to video game stuff. Go do what Asmongold does or something. Go stream 2 hours a day every day. Get off the stream, upload it to YouTube, and go react to a TikTok once a day and upload it to TikTok. You can make money doing that too. He doesn't want to, and then he plays this sad puppy dog game where he my life is terrible. It's manipulative, bro. That's all it is. We saw the tactic in that Mike Klum documentary, which I think the next one is going to drop soon because Mike came in here and donated some money yesterday. God bless. That's the indicator. So it's I don't know. People say oh, you're too mean to him. I don't think so, man. I just think I'm fed up. How much longer? He's sitting here saying, oh, I think apparently his girlfriend left him. I don't know if that's real or not. Who knows what's real when it comes to this guy's life anymore? Everything is about controversy and drama. So maybe that did happen. Maybe it didn't. Who cares? He's so sad. Dude, just you can improve your life so much easily, and you just won't. You're in such an incredible situation, and you just won't work more. Go get a real job. Do you actually commit and do more work on YouTube? YouTube is so easy right now. It's easier than ever before. You load up your stream and react to someone else's video, and you're golden. Whatever. Anyway, let's get this started. I'm curious about this conversation. The worst debate performance yet, or my worst debate performance yet, from Tom Dark featuring Boogie and Sam Pepper. I'm curious. Let's go.
Sticking out your gap with the Riddler. You're so skibbity.
Wow.
You're so fantastic.
Guys, I'm really nervous for the first day of 8th grade. As you can see,
What is up with this haircut, man? I'm not even trying to be a hater, but what is going on with that?
I got faded for my first day. I'm excited for how this is going to go. I think a lot of the girls are going to like me. My mom said my haircut's good.
Tom, thank you for joining us. Can we not do that? Okay, who did that? Okay. First question. Recently, lots of streamers have been claiming that streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job.
I don't think... Listen. I don't think any streamer is complaining that streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job. I don't think lots of streamers have been saying that. Hassan compared the difficulty of his job to a 9-to-5. That's obnoxious. You know what I mean? Your social battery can get burnt out. That's a very real thing, But guess what? Especially being a millionaire streamer, you stream less. That's it. So I don't. But okay.
Do you guys think that streaming and content creation is a harder job than your average typical 9-to-5? If yes,
no,
an average 9-to-5 though.
I mean, it has its struggles, I guess. Sometimes the criticism can be disproportionate. Things get a little crazy and stuff. There's pretty inconsistent ups and downs sometimes. But overall, this job's a blessing, bro. Make my own schedule.
What's an average night? You're talking McDonald's, a receptionist, or an oil rigger, or a fireman, or a cop.
I think it's easier.
Let me tell you something. It's easier than being a McDonald's worker. I wouldn't want to deal with people yelling at me all the time like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people a lot of oil riggers will lie about their job. They don't actually do that.
Yeah, true.
Everyone, dude. Streaming is really hard. Okay, it's actually tough. I have to turn on my computer. I have to get this haircut. I have to go on stream. I have to talk about current events on Twitter. That is hard work. You're gonna tell me someone who's working with oil is doing
God, it's not even current events either. It's BS drama events. It's crazy.
Hard work. They don't even have to.
Which I do too, obviously.
Deal with chat making fun of them all day. If you work in an oil rig, you're a loser. Okay.
It depends what kind of streaming you do.
True.
I was gonna say, it's the type of streaming, right? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. My piss stream is pretty difficult, man, because my prostate's pretty big. So
it destroys your life. It destroys your relationships. You have no privacy. I wake up and I turn.
Is this Sam Pepper?
On the stream and my life is on camera.
Don't turn on the stream. This is the thing. Yes, when you are a more micro celebrity status, yes, your life is more on blast. But the bigger issue with that is that people don't set boundaries. Everything is so available to everybody to see, blah, blah. So set better boundaries and don't make all of it available. The problem is, I'm pretty sure Sandpepper's entire idea of becoming popular is being as obnoxiously provocative as possible for attention. And like that is, I think that's the YouTube of old. Obviously there's still a space for that. It's like the prank space. You can do pranks all right, but it seems like most of the time pranks are just done poorly and they're just obnoxious. But like now people want more podcasty stuff. They want to hear somebody that they have like a relatable life experience to sit down and just like talk about dumb shit. That's why I have any level of popularity. That's the only reason I exist, because the landscape is shifting where everybody kind of wants their own person to interact with, and you're going to see more and more like micro celebrities, like successful sub 50,000 YouTube follower YouTube people that just talk about stuff. That's like, and you can make a career out of it. You don't need to have a whole lot of followers anymore. Things have shifted drastically. And, as flawed as YouTube might be in different ways, like they do provide the ability to make a decent living. So, set better boundaries and you don't have these problems.
That's pretty taxing. Obviously there's jobs out there that are harder.
And the problem is you have a lot of control over this. Like your job, you have one of the things about streaming that's great. I have control over a lot of my job. Because I'm my own boss. I have control over a lot of the flow, when I want to work, when I don't want to work. Obviously, there's going to be some limits in some different ways, because I have to produce content. But at the end of the day, if I don't want to stream one day and I'm really having a bad day, I could just not. You probably can't. I mean, you could call out for a day, but it's not the same, man. Like I've been lazy as hell for the past couple of weeks, maybe not a couple of weeks, maybe this week. You guys have been like, you've been seeing how inconsistent I've been streaming. I mean, like I'm just not feeling, but I can just not work. I work less, so.
Pretty dark space, to be honest with you.
I think you get to own private islands. Own private islands, that's dark, dude. That's very dark.
I think streaming, along with any job where you're self-employed, is as hard as you want it to be. So if you want to just be lazy, barely do jack shit, and be a moron, it can be super easy if you want to put a lot of effort.
Sure, and there's some people who like have to put in more work than others. Like I have the opportunity to be lazy. I do pretty low effort content, and people like me for talking. Not everybody is like good at some form of public speaking. But there are the people complaining like Hassan are in the same boat as me. Thank you so much for the $2. Schlongy and Stu. I don't know. I hope I said that right. So are you the average beard wearer? Kind of silly. What?
You'll fail you'll fail though, right? If you get too lazy. So it's not like you can just totally do out
about that.
Sure.
I
Depends on the
don't
person. Thank you so much for the 16-month small gut from D's Newts. Hello, thy father. Hello.
You can be pretty lazy. I don't disagree. Sure, that's true.
I'm certain that I can prove that streaming is the easiest job in the world, and it's.
Shut the fuck up. Why? I forgot this guy was even here. I don't want to hear him talk. You could then just do it.
It's very easy because,
hey guys, I'm going to complain. This is what bothers me about it. Like he knows streaming is easy. He knows he could stream and he could easily make money, and he does not do it. But then he complains that he has no money. And then you look at his channel. Every single time I look at it, he's posts like so sporadically. Go and stream and post your content. Who cares? It's like trying to scream at somebody who doesn't want help that they should get help and they should be better. Like, look at this. Hey guys, I posted yesterday one video, and then this day before that, the time before that, 11 days earlier. Just post more frequently, dude. Oh my god. Thank you so much for $2 from Purple Giraffe. Why is everyone donating? I don't know. People have been donating more lately. I don't know why. I appreciate it though.
I was successful at it, and I'm mentally and physically. So.
Yeah, we get it. You're the worst person ever, but
that's all you do.
I'm just saying.
You come in here or used to be famous.
I'm disabled.
You were never even trying.
Oh my god, with this disabled shit. Shut up.
Yeah, but a disabled person can do it.
Like it's such a there's no genuinity coming from this guy. Like it's all comes off as a virtue signal. Like yeah, streaming is an easy job. Blah 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 blah. It's just brownie points. It's just he just wants to acquire brownie points. That's all it comes down to. He's not like genuine about anything. Like he doesn't have any actual like foundation in anything. He's just saying what he thinks what people want to hear. That's all it is. Don't do that then. Stop complaining to us that you can't work and all this other nonsense then.
Good job.
You're disabled by choice. You can't stop shoveling food in your face.
Listen, the food can be an addiction, but also based. Thank you so much for $2 again, Schlongy and Stu. Your beard is great. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Food is delicious. You're not wrong about that.
Not just delicious. You have debilitated your life by eating. You could make the choice to stop. You have chosen to keep eating. Okay, listen.
Well, okay, but I'm still saying.
Every streamer works harder than McDonald's people except for you.
Listen, the topic isn't about me. The topic isn't about me.
Then stop talking about yourself.
I am saying.
I love this. Is fun. I love the energy. I love the energy Tom's giving off to Boogie. I love it. It's my favorite thing.
No, I'm saying that it's the easiest job in the world if I can be successful at it. Everything you're saying right now.
So then be successful at it.
Everything you say,
it's an easy job.
I feel like everything you say is like, here's why I want to kill myself. I feel like that's everything you say.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
I haven't said that yet. Give me room to breathe. Let me say that later.
This guy, I don't know what's this guy's name. He's spot on. The guy with the K. The guy with the K in his name.
Yeah.
what's his name?
You hit the nail on the head. As soon as Boogie opens his mouth, here's why I want to put a Glock in my mouth right now.
I'm gonna kill it. Yeah,
We get it. You just did a podcast. You just did a podcast with an actual child, so your self-esteem is low.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Thank you again for the $2 Slongy and Stew. I'm going to call you SNS. Earlier, I donated. You didn't answer my question. Oh, what was your question? You said, so you are the average beard wearer? Kind of silly. I don't know how, how am I going to answer? Yes, I guess. What's the answer to that question? I don't know. Is that a question? Yes? Okay.
I get it.
I didn't do a podcast. What the fuck was this podcast?
Is that referring to EDP?
I got invited to a documentary that's literally, they literally paid me.
Yeah, you get invited to a documentary of somebody that you know is like a legitimate pedophile, and then you sit down and have like a nice cordial time with him, and then you go on Mudahar's podcast and you try to run defense for yourself, saying, well, actually, because you know that when it comes out, you're gonna look like a real piece of shit. That's what's gonna happen. Because like you have no, you just like, you don't care to put any effort into, and again, the bar is on the fucking floor for effort that Boogie has to put into content. Look at what I do every day, bro. This is all he needs to do, and he would be generally decently successful. I guarantee it, and he just doesn't do it. The bar's on the floor, and he still can't adhere to it. I was curious about the Papa name and whether you were a grandfather. No, I'm not a grandfather. No, it's just a name. Hopefully, I'll be a father soon, though.
They paid me to go scream at him for an hour.
Oh, okay.
They paid me to go
so you
scream
owned him.
No, you don't need to talk to him at all. If somebody said like, "Oh, do you want to come and do content with EDP with me?" I'd say no. It's not like a hard choice to make. Like, he's doing it because he wants money. That's it. That's all it comes down to. He wants money, you know. And we'll see the tone of the documentary. And I'll reserve my criticisms for Michael Klum, and we'll see how the framing is. But Boogie also, I can already tell Boogie's sweating because of that conversation with Mudahar, as to like what the context and like how he interacted with EDP, and it was bad. I could tell based on the way he was talking about it. So like, have a little bit of self-respect. Like, oh well, he wanted a short-term cash grab that he once again cashed in, like somehow. Because I don't know how his credibility goes down more and more. He's like almost impressed with it. You decided to exchange your credibility for more money again, instead of building up your credibility. That's it.
No, probably not. I mean, probably not.
Nobody knew that molesting children was bad until you.
Boogie said, "Hey, man, I got an opportunity to get paid to go scream at a child molester for an hour.
And have McDonald's with him. And you even said that the framing wasn't you screaming at him. So
took the opportunity. I would have done it for free if I'm being honest with you.
Was he a good
guy? You're based.
No.
Wow, you're such a good guy. Holy fuck, you would have said that pedophile bad for free? Whoa, what a guy.
Oh, what do you see? No, I do think he is mentally challenged. I don't think
you see we're gonna start running defense for him. And like, listen, I could have an educated conversation about these kinds of things, but not with Boogie, because I don't think he's capable. But like, you see, as you see, I screamed with him for an hour, but actually I think he's mentally challenged. And actually I didn't scream with him for an hour. And actually I kind of got to know him. And actually I kind of feel bad for him, because these are like some of the things that he was saying on Mudahar's podcast, which I covered, by the way. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. So it's like, just dude, stop pretending that you're like this valiant hero.
Think he's like,
I'm just fed up with this guy.
All theirs. But that's the nicest thing I can say. Yeah, exactly. Actually. Well, that and
do you see yourself in him a little bit, Boogie?
That and the self-inflicted.
Sorry, I might have been too far.
I'm so mentally challenged that I molested a child. That's dark. That's a dark reality.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's not. It's not an excuse, but
happens to the best of us.
It does.
Okay.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
You pop one of these guys in, you don't know what's gonna happen. Something dark.
Okay, this is the analogy that I use. All right, beating Dark Souls is harder than working at McDonald's. Do we all like agree with that? Like, broadly speaking.
I want to hear it. Okay.
No.
I think that okay, so all right. Beating Dark Souls on its face is hard. Okay, so 8 hours of Dark Souls is going to be harder than 8 hours of McDonald's. because the game itself is hard and you need to learn a skill. The problem is that you don't need to play Dark Souls to make money. And there is like a lot of other energy that goes into, you know, working at a McDonald's, getting yelled at, having this happen, having to do this like forever. There's a lot of dread and doom that can exist around a job that like underpays you and kicks your ass. So like, no, I don't overall agree. In the moment, sure, but like we're not just people that are like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna work at McDonald's today and see if that's any fun. And they're like, it wasn't for me. You know, you don't get to put down the minimum wage job. You know, I guess unless you're, I mean, I guess you could just not do any work, but yeah.
Yes.
You're talking about skill versus endurance, right?
Let's hear about
it. It has more to do with overall work preference, I would say. It's kind of like when stay-at-home moms say, "Oh, I have a full-time job. It's just as hard as working at like I don't know, a normal 9-to-5 job." But they'll never work at a 9-to-5 job. They'll choose staying at home and doing dishes and taking care of kids all day long. So I think when people are asking, is streaming difficult? I think they're talking about how it affects you mentally, emotionally, and
there can be difficulties to it, but that doesn't make it like difficult. Especially if you're established. Okay, there are difficulties to it. I know firsthand. You know, there's like inconsistency and stuff, and I get it. But like, you think I'm trading this for something else? I could go and get I can go out and within I could honestly find like a job that pays me pretty well, pretty quickly, decently, not as well as I'm getting paid now, if I really wanted to. But you don't. You want to know why? Because this job is better. This is incredible.
For most people, streaming is easier than a normal job.
Let's be fair, okay? Food shops does have a very specific difficult job, okay?
Yeah, in a fast food place, like for example, you still have to deal with customers, and these customers, you can't really complain, I guess.
And you have less control over your like life. You can't you really don't just generally get to go, I don't want to work today. You can do that as a streamer sometimes. It's like a real thing.
About them.
I mean, at the same time, any customer,
anybody else, I think that literally, if you're working a 9-to-5 and you're in the head, it's going to be hard working. If you're a streamer and you're in the head, you might actually get rewarded for being in the head. You know.
I mean, that might be true, but okay.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like when I gave Turkey Tom that haircut, he was instantly like, "Bro, this is content. This is perfect." Immediately, just like recording himself.
I started missing.
Oh, is that why he has this fucking crazy haircut? Okay. When do you got? And listen, by the way, I want to be very clear about this. I like Goku Nara. I think he's a good content creator. He's a little interesting. You know, I don't know if he necessarily appeals directly to me and my demographic of old man that's about to lose a game because of bad decisions that he just made. But he's obviously a better content creator than me. But I'm just curious for anybody. Oh, wait, hold on. When do you think he's going to come out of streams? I'm just asking. This is a real question. Thank you so much, Sunflower Samurai, for the small guy. Thank you.
Looking like he immediately records himself looking like a lobotomized idiot, and he's just like, that's just content.
Okay, also, I feel like people being mean in chat is such like a first world problem. Like, who cares? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, no,
That's something. That is something too. It's one of those things that you do learn eventually. That like criticism generally doesn't really matter too much. Like people not liking you if you have a take that's disagreeable. Or you get some like backlash. It doesn't necessarily matter as much, but it's your relationship with it that matters more. You know, I think as content creation becomes more widespread and there's more actual decent content advice available, you're going to see people have a better relationship with it. You know, because like if I had like a friend doing content like, oh man, I had this take and like people are really upset with it, and it's like, wow, and if they freak out, I could tell them like, oh, I could look at it and like be like, oh, this is probably not that big of a deal. Just take a deep breath and just continue making your content business as usual. You're gonna be fine. I'll guarantee you. I've had considerably more controversy than any of you, than a lot of people, and I've been able to just continuously maintain my platform. So you'll be fine. But those things need to be available. I think the hardest part is like navigating and figuring out how to come up with a solid content strategy. That can be difficult. But you know, so those are the difficulties. But again, like once you're established, obviously that difficulty goes away. I'm fucked.
Being serious, if we're being serious, the majority of jobs are way easier than streaming. Or sorry, way harder.
Well, okay, let's do hypothetically. Let's say like working at retail. Do you think more people on the planet could successfully be a streamer or could successfully work retail?
That doesn't really matter. That's not the question. You having a particular skill, like in all honesty, like a lot of you guys probably couldn't do what I do for a living, not because it's hard, but because like I am good at talking a lot. That's it. I have the natural skill of talking a lot. I worked like a regular job till 30. Like I was like a manager too. Like I've worked like legitimate shit. Like I have, you know, I have like like a fucking decade at a real goddamn job, working side jobs. And it's not just the job, it's all the stressors that come with it. When you're a streamer getting paid like a lot of money to do very little, that's a huge factor when it comes to your overall stress levels as well. You know, so
more people can successfully work retail, but that
I wonder if Destiny like really means it, or if he's just playing devil's advocate for like kick or keep. I think that's probably what he's doing.
I don't think that means it's harder. I don't think that means it's harder.
Okay, but wait, if that doesn't mean that's harder, what does that mean? That more people could do the job?
Yeah, majority of people are
It's just a taxing versus skill thing.
No,
It requires skill to be entertaining.
The truth is literally simple. If we're literally judging a question off of something that Hassan Piker of all people in the world said is hard, like who the cares? Who the takes Hassan Piker seriously? He's the only.
This guy's kind of based. He's actually got a good point. Where did the fucking message come from?
The question, though, you absolute blob. This is the question.
It's literally easier than a real job.
It's not just Hassan saying this, is it? Because his biggest alt thinks that too, right?
Who else is saying it though?
Since Hassan is the one who brought this question up, I mean, Hassan literally has.
Oh yeah, stream.
This guy's fucking crazy.
It's harder than regular job. No, it's not.
In fairness, again, I don't think he said that explicitly, but he was complaining too much about it.
Well, yeah, since Hassan is the one who brought this up.
It's a simple fact that a lot of people are cheap. People are fucking cheap, and then
You're so annoying. Holy shit. You're just
Bro, I like this guy. Who do you mean he's annoying?
so annoying.
Even Amos G wants.
Why? I like this guy. He's kind of fucking based. I think it's great.
You to shut up, dude. That's how crazy this is.
The question is,
easier than a real job.
You're just gonna keep going. Nobody's even listening, dude. He's still going.
Asmongold said it. Oh, what a stinky little bitch. I forgot about that, dude. I'm just like, so like I hear some dumb shit from people and then I move on to the next thing in my head. You know what I mean? I'm on to the next guy. I don't internalize a lot of things, you know, because it's just like, what is it worth? A lot of this is just brain rot idiot drama. Like, what does Asmongold have that, like, what does it matter? What does his opinion matter to the grand scheme of things? Same thing with me, by the way. It doesn't. So it's like, it's not even worth like internalizing. I just go, oh, what a stinky little fucker. We kind of move on.
Since Hassan is the one who
A lot of these people haven't worked real jobs really at all. Like Hassan and Asmongold, they really haven't worked a real job with real world stress. So they don't understand that it's not just about the difficulty of the job in the moment. It's about like the difficulty of maintaining that job for a long time. Like there's a lot to it. You know, I remember sitting at my job, like hating my life, hating myself, having very little control over my life. You know, it's just like I know, and at your regular job, the more effort you put in doesn't necessarily equate to being valued more. I mean, I was good at my job, and there's a lot of people who are good at their job and they don't get rewarded for it because they're like so good at it that they end up getting like, you know, pigeonholed into their position, and then there's just so many, and then the asshole gets fucking promoted, and then he's your boss, and you know, there's a lot going in there. There's this like overwhelming feeling of dread. It's rough, man. You know, it's rough. Even in the worst times of streaming, it was still better than fucking working a goddamn real job.
Brought up this whole conversation. I mean, Hassan's a moron. I think we can all agree. He's a moron, but he's a degenerate piece of shit on top of that.
Is he a degenerate? Like a gooner?
The amount of effort that he puts into his streams is like practically zero.
That's
the guy goes and takes a shit for 10 minutes while he has videos playing. And he makes millions of dollars doing it. I think when you're talking about somebody like Hassan, yes, streaming is easier than literally any
Tom. He probably muted himself for them, but not his stream.
Job you can ever imagine.
I also heard online that he Michael Jackson's daughter when she was 17. That's pretty crazy, right?
Whoa, that's true. How hot? I'm just kidding. How old?
That's pretty out.
Wait, hold on. Let me refocus the question a little bit. When we say harder, we're just focusing on the mental part. That's it. Mental part.
Even the mental part, though, yeah. But I guess I feel like even the mental part, I feel like there's a circle jerk online of saying that like people that work in YouTube or streamers are losers, or they're not working real jobs, or it's not even hard. Like your jobs are way harder. I don't know what your guys' perspective are, but every single person I've ever fought with online, the immediate go-to excuse, they'll tweet some crazy abhorrent shit to me. As soon as I respond back, this person like deletes their socials, locks down their Twitter. They're like, oh my god, like 15 people sent mean things to me. I wanted to.
Well, you know, and whoever that idiot's defense is that would have that meltdown after Destiny's community can be a little annoying. You know, and like I don't care because again, I used to get like tremendous criticism on TikTok, so it's like whatever. Like I had a lot of followers. You know, the money didn't match the follower count, but I still had a lot of followers, so it's like okay, whatever. Like I didn't care. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know that's just like annoying. You know, and that happens when you have a large community in general, but like also, you know, Destiny can be a little toxic sometimes too. So, you know, but like either way, yeah, those people. Again, it's like. Those people could have just chose not to interact with Destiny. They could have made that decision. You know, they decided to make that decision. And there is, again, it's like, oh, I'm getting some criticism online. Like, this sucks. Like, yeah, that sucks. And then you know what else sucks is like waking up every day hating yourself because you don't make enough money to live working for some other person. And sometimes they'll just decide to fucking rain the hammer down onto you because one of your bosses is just feeling like a piece of shit. And now you got to watch your ass for a while. And if you lose that job, you're fucked. And it's so much different. There's different mental factors. Like maybe the intensity, generally speaking, of online feels worse. I guess I don't even agree with that. I don't know. I guess if you're getting a lot of backlash, it can feel worse. But like overall, I don't know. There's so much like potential dread with a job that just kicks your ass. I mean, it depends on what phase of your life that you're in. Like if you're just a kid working at McDonald's and it's just like this kind of thing, you don't pay rent, you don't pay your bills, then like sure, it's probably easier than a streamer that has the necessity to have to pay the bills. That's not a millionaire. But like we're talking about people in like the scene. Like if you're 30 years old, would you rather be a streamer or fucking working at McDonald's? You know, there's so many different factors.
Handle even one day, blah blah blah. And that was just like one day of like a few comments online. I feel like people underrate sometimes the insane amount of obsession that people have with large content creators. That's really
okay, you're right, but through streaming, you slowly get exposed to levels of that. Like the first time I got 15 people being like, "You're," I probably was like, maybe I am. But like now, I know I am. It doesn't really bother me, right? Because I've
you just get desensitized.
Gotten it over and over constantly. Boogie, don't laugh at me. That wasn't funny. Okay, you're not allowed to laugh. You should laugh at something else. Laugh at your own weight, perhaps. But truly, like you get slowly exposed to that. I don't think it's something you're just immediately good at if you're an average person being insulted online. You know how many people are saying they love my haircut? A lot. A lot of people are saying they love my haircut, and I'm happy about that. But you know, that might have gone to my head when I was 13 years old. Now that I'm 14, things are different, obviously.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like the internet's gonna amplify whatever weird quirks you have. You know what I mean? So like a guy like Vosh,
Plus Ultra.
Basically, he should be working at probably like Best Buy talking about TVs. Since Vosh is a streamer, he like, you know what I mean? Like every aspect of his weirdness, of his personality, more people get attracted to him who like those traits of him. So it gets like amplified. He gets into his own chamber, and then
yeah, I guess those Best Buy workers really like him. They said that's their kind of guy.
Find out he's like watching whatever the weird. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, but you can disconnect at any time, right? Like it's only if you have problems, like trying to mentally disconnect from it. But that's something you have to train out of yourself, right?
Also, there's a poll in the chat for the last round. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick, guys. Vote for the winner of the last round. Good luck. Go ahead. I'll call the poll.
Well, I think
so at least Vosh doesn't work at a vet or a shelter.
Were you gonna say at least he doesn't work at a file factory?
No.
What?
At least Vosh doesn't work at a vet or a pet shelter.
Oh, because he likes to fuck horses. Yeah. I get the joke.
Because you know he'd be dripping cum 24/7.
Okay. Guys sound like Sketch a little bit. Dripping cum 24/7, brothers. Pressure makes diamonds. I like the pressure. It makes diamonds. The pressure of a throbbing horse cock in a lolicon hand. It makes diamonds. It makes me diamond hard. Incredible.
Genius.
Wow, everyone laughed.
The difference between like a regular job and live streaming is like if you took anyone and made them work at a cash register, anyone could do it. But like every day I stream with random people and
I doubt Sam Pepper could do that. He would have like a fucking mental breakdown.
They last like 20, 30 minutes and they're like, this, I can't be a part of this. Like,
you know what,
anyone...
Dude, this guy shouldn't be a content. Like, what value does Sam Pepper bring to society? Like, what's the fucking draw there? Like, that I don't get. I mean, again, I know that I just fucking make, you know, dog shit content or whatever. But like, what does this guy do? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Does this guy just like fucking scam people for money?
I don't think that's a sign that streaming's particularly difficult. I think that's more of a sign that a lot of people just are weak to can't handle criticism.
Yeah, that's almost exactly what I was going to say. Is I think.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
If you have trouble handling feedback while streaming, you're gonna have a lot.
Well, hey guys, yeah, says the guy who has trouble handling feedback while streaming, but then play this way. It goes into this toxic loop of like, guys, everybody's bullying me. Okay, I'm gonna be better, and then it's like, okay, I need the attention. Negative attention is better than than no attention. You know,
a lot of trouble working customer service. You're gonna have a lot of trouble being a waiter or waiting tables. Like, there's a lot of jobs out there.
You never worked a regular job. I don't respect you.
But they're just as mentally demanding, but are also physically demanding.
It's also really tough when you have to play your favorite video game for a fucking living, dude.
As well, so they're by definition a more difficult job.
Yeah, but I feel like the feedback that you get from customers as a retail job.
That define a masochist. Like,
I think that anyone who live streams their life, and you've been doing it a long time, anyone who live streams their life for multiple years on end does IRL streams. I don't think anyone here does IRL streams. Are you a masochist, bro? Because I will agree that live streaming your life looks like hell. It looks like complete hell.
Maybe
yeah, you can just not do that though. Here's the thing. Here's the great question. Why are none of you working at McDonald's if it's so fucking easy? if this is the ultimate question. Why don't you go work at McDonald's if your job if it's easier than your job, and you'll say, well, the money, okay, there you go. It's a factor. Money's a factor. You smelly little goblin. So there you go.
Maybe. I don't know the true extent of being a masochist though. So like maybe.
Also, you get high off of like
real quick, hold on, real quick.
Sandpepper assaulted women and called it a prank. Jesus, is that true?
You won the last round. You have to kick off either Sandpepper or Food Shops, and then go for it.
Can I kick someone else off?
Nope.
Food Shops, what's your opinion on Vosh's history?
I think that he should stop being a hypocrite and stop jacketing people. That's my opinion.
What you should have said is that I love horsecock and it looks bigger in lolly hands, and he instantaneously would not have kicked you. So like kind of fuck that one up there, silly goose, little goose.
And he should jerk off to it either in public or in private. Okay.
All right,
that's my opinion.
Sandpepper, what do you think?
Wait, sorry, right when you spoke, you lagged out, so I didn't hear what you said.
What do you think about Vosh's history?
I don't know who Vosh is, and I don't know about his history.
Yo, kick the other one. Let's go.
Why kick the other one?
Holy shit. If you don't know who Vosh is, you're probably a good person.
That's that might be fair.
So it's Food Shops. Food Shops, you've been eliminated. GG. Thank you for coming on.
Wasn't that the only kind of woman? Well, the only woman there, other than Goku Naro, I think is going to be a trans woman soon. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not a good person.
I know.
Yo, I feel that.
Okay.
I know.
Next topic. Hold on. Let's go to the next topic.
Actual bug man.
Okay. Twitch streamer Shubble accused her ex-boyfriend and popular content creator Wilbur Soup. These names are amazing. Of being abusive and repeatedly unwantedly biting her to the point of her getting, in quotes, severely bruised. Question: are these allegations serious enough to make a whole video about, as she has done?
No. Listen, here's the thing. This is the problem. Is that well, first of all, Shelby defended Katie Bugs, so now I know for a fact that that she has no fucking idea that she does not have the ability to parse through what is and is not abuse. If you think that fucking Katie Bugs, the girl who consensually cuddled with a guy when she was fucking a legal adult, and then called it rape, or sexual assault, like that. If you think that person's right, you're invalid. You lack the fundamental capacity to be able to figure out if things are like some kind of abuse or assault. So, but that being said, you were with a guy that bit you and you didn't like it and you didn't leave. And I understand people in true abusive situations that don't leave. I get it. That's a terrible thing. But we have to stop pretending every time you're uncomfortable means that you're in a situation you can't leave. They didn't even live together. I'm pretty sure that they dated over the internet. And this guy was disgusting. Apparently, he didn't shower. He was completely unhygienic. He was nasty, and you stayed with him. Learn your life lesson. I've dated fucking assholes too, and you know what? They suck. But I'm not going around going, I wish I left them sooner. Well, hottest take of the century. In most cases, you have the ability to leave your shitty situation. If you don't, I truly feel bad for you, and that's a different conversation. But in most cases, you can leave your shitty situation. The guy was biting you, and you're like, "Hey, don't do that anymore." Leave him. You didn't say you were under duress, and if you had left him, you felt like he would beat you to death because he said X, Y, and Z. Leave him. You can. You're getting bit. I bite my wife too, and sometimes I hurt her on accident. Okay. I even asked her after the situation because I was like, "Oh, am I being abusive to you?" And she's like, "No, stop being fucking stupid." She said, "Sometimes you're annoying, and that's it." Okay, I check in. My wife is strong enough to say stop or hit me or stab me to death with a knife if I fuck with her. That's why I know what my place is with her. It's very good feedback. She will kill me if I fuck with her. Be stronger. Affirm your boundaries better. Affirm boundaries better. That's just affirm your fucking boundaries better, man. It's just it's exhausting. And maybe I'm on woke fatigue or empathy fatigue. But deal with your shit better. Not everything has to be a public fucking conversation once you're tired of the person and decide that you want to cancel them. It's just enough. It's just exhausting. It's boring. It's stupid. It's not a human characteristic. It's not brave. It's obnoxious. It's fucking obnoxious. Talk to your mom about it and move on.
She came out and said that he's abusive because he bit her.
Anyone that makes videos rather than taking proper legal action against someone for doing anything that they think is bad is retarded, and they're doing it for clout straight up.
Well, didn't people call this guy out? I don't 100% agree with that. I think that sometimes, but if you're scamming people with NFT, I don't remember the specifics, but if you're scamming people on NFTs or something, and maybe he didn't do that, and I'm just getting bad information because I don't have any firsthand remembrance of that. But then, you know what I mean? That's different. But
like, always, it's not a case when they're not. If someone is abusing you, go to the police, put action, dump that person, get the fuck away from them. At least do these actions before you make the video.
For me, okay, let me pose something to you, Sam. Let's say she had previously gone to the police.
Bro, she didn't realize that she didn't think it was abuse at first, and then like she got older, and like then the internet brain rot like sets in. And all of a sudden, everything is through this lens of like everything is abuse, everything is this, everything is that. Part of it's because people are like engaging with content on the internet that's giving them some levels of secondhand trauma that they are overly identifying with. You know, when you sit there and you watch fucking sexual assault things on TikTok, which exists all over the place, like you're going to start like thinking, oh my God, that's me. It's like any fundamental issue. Like look at, well, since Sniper Wolf NPD conversation came up, look at like a narcissistic personality disorder. If you looked up what the symptoms of that are, you could identify with it. Okay, check this out. Sense of self-importance. Okay, sometimes I feel that way. Preoccupation with power, beauty, or success. Well, I kind of want those things. Entitled. Well, I don't know about that one, but maybe sometimes I feel entitled to blowjobs. Can only be around people who are important or special. Interpersonality, exploitative for their own gain. Arrogant. Sometimes I can be arrogant. Lack empathy. Sometimes I can lack empathy. Must be admired. I don't need that. The point is that you can identify with this. And what people are doing is they're like reading through like basically the symptoms of abuse. They're doing, and they're going like, oh, but you know, he kind of like would hurt me sometimes, and I must be. That's what's happening. It's happening all over social media. Same thing with like autism. Oh, I have autism because sometimes I can't socially interact. Get off your fucking phone. You know, like you don't have autism. There are people with autism and they struggle socially, but your social struggles probably don't come from your autism. They probably come from you being obsessed with your phone and not putting in like effort to go and actually be a human being and like make friends and go talk to people. That's how like fundamentally everything has been going. That's like the real issue here.
She's not saying she did. Let's say she had, and then she decided to make a video because she wants to. Let's say hypothetically. Well, what I'm saying is there is a utility to making a video like that if she's telling the truth, because then she may prevent other people from being victimized.
Yeah.
My biggest concern with that situation in particular is that she provided no evidence for it happening. Wilbur seems to disagree. He also didn't provide evidence, unfortunately, for his disagreement. He said there were screenshots of her saying that the biting was consensual, didn't release them, and he is being trashed and dropped by every single content creator under the sun, including content creators who in the past have been falsely accused with limited evidence. They're all dropping. It's kind of a dark situation.
How did she like? I haven't heard this story, but didn't he bite her? Like, what is this whole
excessive biting? That's it,
bro. It was like part of his love language was biting, and he took it too far. That's what it boils down to. It's not like anything hotter than that. That's it.
Basically, the allegation is that he liked to bite her a lot, and he at some point they had like a.
Do it.
Well, okay.
It was like an affectionate thing. Doesn't matter.
Okay, really important question. Hold on.
She claimed her therapist told her the biting was abusive. I don't care. Like that's the thing too, is I don't care. First of all, that could be a complete fabrication. Second of all, you're only going to get out of therapy what you put into it. If you've been gaslit by social media into thinking that you're legitimately the victim of fucking abuse or something, you're going to start telling your therapist how you felt about the situation. That's going to have you're going to take your feelings into account in the way that you convey that situation. People do this all the time. Something will happen. They'll feel a certain way about it. And then the story will change based on the way that they feel about the certain situation because they want the actual event that happened to match their feelings. And they're trying to communicate their feelings more than they're trying to communicate the actual event that happened. This happens all the time. All the time. Like I am and again, maybe I just lack empathy now. Maybe I'm just so fucking like woke burned out, you know what I mean? I'm such like woke burnout that, you know, I'm not being empathizing enough with it. But I really just think that that's a substantial factor, especially since again, she fucking, she affirmed what Katie Bugs said. And it's like, enough is enough. Like if you think Katie Bugs was abused, then you don't know what abuse is. And you're just disrespectful to people who are actually abused.
Okay. So the allegation is that
sexual.
I'm gonna explain. Holy, you're fat, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. That was uncalled for and untrue. You're doing a round bulk. I'm sorry. Basically, what happened is she made a video. She made a live stream for like half an hour where she didn't say the abuser's name. She said, "This guy, I dated him. He love bombed me. Once we were in the relationship, he would constantly bite me, and I think it was in a sexual and non-sexual context. He would do it in front of friends. She expressed discomfort towards that biting. She said she didn't like it at a certain point. He was biting her too hard. He refused to stop and said, "This is just who I am," according to her anyway.
Okay, and then once you heard that, then why didn't you go, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna leave this guy"? Did he say, "This is who I am, and if you leave me, I'll fucking bite your clitoris off"? Like what? leave at that point. Like, oh, so this person's giving me a red flag and he's not threatening me to stay. What should I do? Oh, I think I'll stay. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, grow up a little bit.
He said, well, I did bite her, but she liked it. Neither of them have any evidence that it happened for either side. Wilbur claims there's screenshots where she was like, yeah, it's consensual, I'm into it. Didn't release them for whatever stupid reason, I don't know. But he's currently, his career is literally ruined right now. Like,
Really?
How old is she?
She's 30.
She's 30
years old.
Look, in my mind, if you bite anyone with any amount of substantialness, I've been bitten many times in my life.
Wouldn't there be a mark?
But there would be deep bruises, bro, because that is like a piercing, weird kind of
she posted.
You don't need the bruises to be there to be hurting. You know, my wife has like sensitive parts in her body that I always forget about, so I'll bite her. And I'll bite her in one, like, if it's her like shoulder, and I'll forget, so I'll bite like a normal strength on her sometimes, on like her arm or something, and it's just like a love bite, and it tickles sometimes too. That's one of the reasons why I do it. No problem. And then I'll bite the same strength on her arm, and then she's like, oh, that hurt. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I keep forgetting. Like, I'm just, I'm a big, stinky, ugly piece of shit, you know? So, like, and that doesn't leave a mark. Like, I don't ever leave marks on her. So, like, you don't have to bite hard enough to leave a mark for it to be hurtful. But, like, if we're talking about, like, a fucking 30-year-old woman, like, set some better boundaries, loser, you know?
Some photo, right? I think I saw earlier.
Yeah.
There was some photo where she's got like some light. You can maybe see some light bruising, but it's hard to tell.
Wouldn't there be
So
like
it's
teeth marks?
Okay, dude. You know, I've been bitten by dogs before, and I've been bitten by cats and and I've been scratched.
Yeah, if
by
it's
other
bad.
animals too.
Damn, if I got bit by a dog, I'd eat a dog. I'd be so pissed at it.
Dude,
It's like you
am I
can see
on
it.
video talking about how, do you see the mark on the side of my neck where my cat scratched me? My cat's abusive.
Bro,
Like, okay, then just stay away from your cat or something.
Yeah, kill your cat. Eat it. Who gives a shit.
Or maybe
Can I
feed
wait?
it
Can
more.
I shift and redirect this a little bit? So let's assume that she made the video not necessarily wanting to out him and not necessarily trying to cancel him. Do you think you have a right to speak about bad relationship experiences in the past with other influential content creators if you don't
I
name?
mean, I just don't.
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, you do. Here's the thing. I think that there's two aspects to this. You know, one, well, there's multiple. Okay, for one, if you have the right to talk about a bad experience with somebody, generally speaking, as your own experience, once you name or you make it very obvious who it is, all of a sudden, like, now you're doing like a targeted accusation, and you have to be very careful about that. I think people have the ability to can be allowed to come forward and talk about things. I don't think that everybody needs to come forward and talk about every single thing, especially when it's like, oh, this is the person who did it, this, that. Like, you can settle things privately. You know, like, I think it's very immature to be very specific about everything. You could talk about it, but the problem is like, it's not even just talking about it. It's like this person fundamentally, whatever her name is, fundamentally lacks the ability to correctly parse through information. Because again, she thinks that Katie Bugs is a victim from what I saw. So, like, this is why, like, yeah, she can say whatever she wants, but she's obviously wrong. And she's obviously fucking stupid, so I can't trust her.
Mention that name. If I'm not trying to, like,
Well,
if
to
I'm
be
not
clear, she hadn't mentioned the name initially.
Well, to be clear,
Yeah,
also to be clear,
Well, yeah, but you're like a famous person, so, and like, you're being specific, you're having enough specific details that people are going to be able to figure it out. And like, I think that she knows that. She's not, like, she'd have to be really stupid not to know that. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to say exactly who it is. So you get to hide behind plausible deniability, but the reality is you understand as a content creator what you're doing.
I think this is like, the idea that it wouldn't come out though, Destiny.
If you say my last boyfriend, and that's the last boyfriend,
I agree. That's why I said with the understanding that it could come out of both mega famous people.
The idea that nobody would figure it out is crazy. I think, like, if you want to paint her in the worst light possible, then you would say that she did the thing that gives her the most plausible deniability, because she doesn't have to directly accuse anyone. She can just say what she thinks happened, what her perspective is, without calling him out. And then everyone else came out after the fact and was like, oh, it's clearly him. Wilbur responds, everybody jumps down his throat, his career is ruined. But I mean, to be clear, like, if someone in a relationship is continually doing something you don't like and they keep going, should she have broken up with him? Yeah, obviously, right? She's 30, she should know.
Yeah.
But let's say she didn't, right? You can say that reflects negatively on her, but it still reflects negatively on him if he continues that, you know,
Sure, but like, not everything needs to be abusive for it to be bad. And one thing you need to learn about being in a relationship is how to set your own boundaries and affirm your boundaries. And if you're not doing that, like, then you need to learn to do that. It's part of growing up.
The abusive behavior. The question to me is whether or not either of them were okay with it at that point in time. I don't know, because I don't know anything about the relationship. Nobody else publicly does. All we know is her account. That's it.
I think that when you're
is how people are reacting to it. Like,
It is a big
nobody
issue.
knows what actually happened, and everybody's like canceling this dude.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on, right?
When
is
nobody
if
even
you're
knows.
if you're like a white guy with swag, it's over for you. People will not stop until you're
What?
Bro,
dead in the
it's not
gutter.
that.
Which is why
They
you
will
need to be a
literally
white guy
not
with
stop.
no swag.
They will not stop.
YouTuber
They will
with
not
swag,
stop.
bro.
That's yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That too.
My
Okay.
kind of YouTuber with swag.
If you're a guy who can and you've got a kid audience, they will tear you down. That's 100%.
Yeah.
It's over.
Someone just posted a picture of him in my Discord. I didn't know what he looked like before, and now I get why people.
Why he's cancelled?
Sam's trying to smash.
He doesn't look like a weirdo. Like he kind of looks like a normal.
He looks like the guy.
Kid,
He looks like the K guy. He looks like the K guy.
Yeah. I think that makes people want to hate him way more. Like,
literally.
He's like an Anglo.
I mean, maybe.
Ted Bundy energy though. He has Ted Bundy energy.
Does he?
That, but like, I think so a little bit. Yeah, he's got that vacant stare.
I feel like he's just kind of
realistically. Yeah, fair.
Wait,
But
who's the streamer chick again?
her name is Shelby Shovel.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I mean, again, we're talking about content creators who got popular when they were young and they stopped maturing, because you stop maturing when you get content and money and all this attention and shit. And then they never learned how to create like legitimately like strong boundaries. That's the reality of the situation. So that's where we're at.
Bing live YouTuber name Tubbo.
One second. To be fair, out of everyone here, like I probably have the most experience with this situation. To be fair with you.
Oh, why is that?
And like, no, just like girls coming out and talking, right? And
well, girls talking shit is different. I mean, isn't this guy like a legit piece of shit? I don't know. I guess I don't know enough to say it. You guys are saying that, but like all of you guys could also be dumb idiot losers. So, but
a white guy with swag getting paused and killed in the gutter. Yeah. Well, he's gone.
Sam Pepper is the most Hyperborean member of this panel, also the most accused. Is that any coincidence?
Yes, that's a good point. The thing is, especially when you're in that like mainstream space, or you're in a space where you've got like that kind of like not so degen audience. You know, like what's his name? That Too Mad.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Too Mad, because he's actually in that like autistic weird.
I mean, Too Mad is like a legitimate individual that had a drug problem that was like very threatening to people. Like owned real guns, scary individual who like self admits that he likes fucking with people. It's kind of a little bit of a rare case there. I feel bad. I wish he got the help he needed, but he didn't, and he was a threat to people because of that. It's like Too Mad is basically the homeless people that are walking around New York City punching women in the face because they're fucking like undiagnosed mental health issues, and don't know how to deal with their shit. Except he got rich and he was able to get access to like fucking drugs. So, you know,
you get away with it. Yeah, he like schizo-coded himself. It was
I think
Sam's having a
pretty
hard
girls
time.
also.
Yeah, he's struggling.
The benefit of the doubt, for sure. If you're a pretty girl and you make an accusation, like look at Amber Heard, what she was saying was retarded. Like anybody with any like half a brain could know she was lying about Johnny Depp immediately.
Well, you should have been a lawyer, brother.
I also think that
like Johnny Depp got canceled.
I think part of the problem is like Wilbur's audience holds people to super high standards. So like they have an extreme parasocial attachment to the point where like, okay, let's say somebody found out that Destiny was mean to someone at a party. His audience...
Well, nobody would care because his audience doesn't give a shit.
Probably wouldn't care. If Wilbur Soot's audience finds out he's mean to someone at a party, it is a cataclysmic event for people. I literally saw someone on Twitter saying that their girlfriend overdosed because of Wilbur Soot and died.
Wow. Well, you know what? That's really sad, but maybe, you know, if that's the threshold that makes you do stuff like that, maybe... Okay.
I don't know if that's real, but the fact that people are even tweeting that out, like for bait or if it's real or whatever, shows to me that it's crazy.
I don't think it's so much about parasocial attachment. I think that that's an intentional decision by the content creator to farm a particular type of audience. I think that at some point, it's like a live by the sword, die by the sword thing. If you decide...
I don't think that people intentionally try to farm... Maybe. I don't think people are intentionally trying to farm like really like pearl clutchy, you know, individuals to be in their audience. I think that like the type of content that they start doing generates a type of like an audience, you know, like, oh, I want to be a Minecraft YouTuber. Okay, it comes with the territory of like super obnoxious people. I'm gonna fucking lose again. I'm getting so angry.
Decide to cultivate a hyper-aware, hyper-woke, hyper-progressive, hyper-young audience, then yeah, you better believe that if anything leaks about you doing anything that contrasts that view that you try to, you know, sell to your audience, people are gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
That's true.
It's not only the viewers that were shit on him. His fellow Minecraft, whatever the fuck, were also on him as well.
Including
here's the thing.
Even Dream.
Literally any sexual details would have ruined this guy's career.
Dream, the guy, didn't that guy have a bunch of false accusations against him? Interesting.
Because as a Minecraft YouTuber, you're expected to be this sexless eunuch that exists only to be there for like brand safety and to be appealing to kids, and that's literally it. So any details, there was like slightly any fetish,
you're like a wiggle.
Anything literally would have ruined.
If people found out that he got a blowjob, they'd be like,
you're meant to be a Ken doll.
Best.
Yeah, literally, it would be the case.
Yo, but how do we know that she wasn't just trying to become like popular and she was trying to make this
All right, this guy got annoying. Sorry.
expose video so that now she could garnish a bunch of simps and a bunch of to follow her, and then instantly, because guys have this thing where
I thought that he was just yelling at the Hassan thing because that was specific to Hassan. Now I realize he's just like that's just what he does. He just yells, and it's off-putting, you know. Oh fuck.
when a girl makes a claim, all of a sudden, oh my God, but I feel so bad for her. Wilbur must have been a horrible boy. Like, if they were in a relationship, clearly there was some kind of boundary there, obviously, but like, you know, for her to come out and make
anybody does this ever.
Yeah,
no girl like successfully gets popular off of like fake accusations.
It's horrendous.
Be surprised, man.
It
There's
blows up your life.
There's definitely a lot of people.
I don't know. I mean, maybe some of the girls are looking for instantaneous positive attention. Maybe. I don't know.
People out there, bro, that'll definitely make some accusations against the guy just to garner some support. And then once they get that support, it goes viral.
I mean, they might think that once they go viral, they could take that audience and move. But like maybe there are some people. I mean, maybe I don't know. What is he saying specifically? That there are like people, girls, I guess in this case, but that will make false accusations so that they get more attention and they can push up their career. Maybe. I feel like that's not going to help your career because you're like, if they followed you because you had some kind of assault accusation against you, that doesn't mean that they're going to want to actually consume your content. And if anything, the types of people that feed into this type of content of like, oh my God, this person was assaulted, those are the types of people who like are constantly looking for the next, you know, victim of assault. So they're not even going to like your content. Then again, you might just not understand that. That's a whole conversation about like, you know, the meaningfulness of a view or a like or this or that. And people not understanding, like, just because you get a view doesn't mean that's a productive view, or a follower doesn't mean it's a productive follower, you know. So, but okay.
I think that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, I think it's usually more a result of delusion, like convincing yourself that I was abused, convincing yourself, you like talk to your friends like, oh yeah, you were abused, whatever, and then like you just convince yourself, then you go public.
I think that that's a pretty big part of it, and part of that atmosphere again is like social media.
It's extremely rare that it's like a malicious thing.
Yeah.
I've seen this.
Yeah, there's probably, you know, that's probably, yeah, I agree. It's not all like malicious necessarily. These people have like actually convinced themselves that this is a real thing.
Happened a few times where girls are kind of embarrassed by some sort of sexual experience they've had, like,
and we have too much of an affirming like atmosphere that's like, yeah, you know what, you were fucking sexually assaulted, Katie Bugs, because you guys were fucking consensually flirting with each other, and then he tickled you, and that's fucking, and you like, okay,
threesome or
like you guys were cuddling, and then you got up to say bye to your friend, and then you sat back down and cuddled with him. You're right, like you must be an abuse victim. Like you definitely couldn't have escaped that situation. You couldn't have left with your friend. You couldn't have done anything. Clearly did not like what was happening.
Something, or maybe like some piss play or, you know, crap like that. And then somebody finds out about
what's happening with piss.
Somebody finds out about it, and then in order to kind of make themselves seem like less embarrassed, like they were a part of it, they claim, "Oh, I was forced into it. I was abused." I've seen that before. I don't know if that happened.
But yeah, some of it's revenge as well.
Where the fuck are you seeing that, brother?
Oh, you got to remember that. Like sometimes if you had a bad relationship and a bad breakup, and you're like, well,
maybe,
like you know, you could just go online
resentment.
and
resentment, built up resentment, like manifesting in this like accusation. Yeah, I think that in reality though, like the guy, like the idea, because there's so many people that I've seen coming out saying like, oh, he was biting me too. Like I wasn't even in a relationship with him, whatever. This is probably a guy that like doesn't maintain barriers or whatever that strongly, so he probably gets away with a lot because
that's probably the thing too, is that he doesn't have particularly strong boundaries, which is a problem as well. Sure,
cute little Ted Bundy type or whatever Sam said because he's attracted to him, but like I think in reality he probably is just like a bit of a prick, a little bit of like a little weirdo with like everyone he deals with or whatever, but like nothing that
I think we have a wave of people who got popular when they were young and they have boundary issues because they never grew up. Like that's what I think a lot of this is.
He would think is like malicious, and then when he's like biting this girl, sometimes he's like, you know, I'll just test the waters a little bit with like biting a little harder.
On phone grave, this tasty.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, clearly,
you know what? I've seen this sort of thing kind of start to affect women a bit with race play. There's a lot of chicks.
What the fuck are you talking about? I feel like this guy likes piss and race play, and he's sitting here. I've seen this before. Where?
Who were into race play, calling their black boyfriends the N-word.
That's kind of based.
And the man turned it around on them and showed like a clip of them. So I've seen men play this game too, where they've had a bad breakup, and then there's some like weird.
Where the fuck are you seeing this, man? What the fuck are you talking about, brother?
Dirt they have on the girlfriends.
Oh, what the
where
fuck?
They had some race play videos and shit like that.
Yeah, but also a lot of the girls of that, you know, orientation do like that type of race play too, bro. I've heard plenty of stories of, you know, girls who do want to be dropped the hard R while they're having sex. You know what I mean? So like, it is a two-way street.
It's weird, dude. During sex,
I wouldn't want to do that, but if I was with a girl and she wanted to do something like that, I could do it. I might be able to do. I don't know if I could do it. I could do it. I could. Is it bad that I'm like I could do that? No, I wouldn't. I could never do that. Okay, move on.
Girls won't stop calling me Mr. Hitler, and I don't know why, but I have a big problem with it. Let's go. Listen, I like you now, okay? Because you got racist with it, okay? Now you're a cool fat guy, okay? You're based. Yeah, now you're
dude, I think you have no idea.
The most frightening thing to me is just that, like, it seems like every community needs to have one of these, like, earth-shattering allegation events for people to kind of get it. And despite the fact that the Minecraft community had the dream case, where everybody collectively, I think now would agree he was falsely accused, they still haven't gotten it. They still don't get it. And I think it just shows that like most of the people who are seeing this are and believing her are probably not actually malicious. You can say some of them are probably
they're probably fucking kids.
Agreeing with her for clout. That could be the case. And I'm not even saying she's lying. I'm not. But with the information we have, there's no reason to definitively be understood as an abuser. But people instantly take her word because they like in their mind they're like, how the fuck could she lie? How could a victim lie? That's insane. That's preposterous because they're not aware of the fact that it happens.
I think a lot of it too is like, why would somebody lie about that? Like I think that's also a factor of just questioning, like, why would somebody lie about something this serious? You know, there's a lot of aspects of it. Again, I think it really mostly boils down to these people actually thinking that this is some fucking abuse, even though it's not. Because we like online is just a completely rotted brain wise. You know, it's all the like you get overly. It's 15-year-olds who are telling these people that they're victims, and since they don't see that they're 15, they're like, yeah, this is a grown adult telling me I'm a victim. I must be a victim. So okay.
I mean, her being pretty helps. But I don't think that's all of it.
Pretty white.
When you watch it. When you watch the video,
we really need to live in a world where people do not believe baseless accusations. If you can't bring proof, then you should not be making that accusation, and we should treat people who bring no proof as if they're lying every time.
You shouldn't treat the victim automatically as a liar. You should just not treat the accused as guilty.
Sure, I agree with that.
I think it's probably the better way to go about it there, Boogie. Because otherwise, if there's not been an investigation and police haven't been able to find anything, and someone accuses someone of it may well have happened, but you're just going, no, you're lying, no, you're lying. That sounds crazy. I don't think you even believe that, Boogie, because you're usually a fence sitter.
Here's what
No, I agree with that. No, I agree. Like, treat the person coming forward with like respect as if it could be true, but don't treat the person that they're accusing as if it is true unless they have proof on that situation. You need to be intelligent about it. You don't want to bully people so much that they don't feel comfortable coming forward at all.
Do believe, okay? The reality of it is I was once falsely accused. The person brought absolutely no proof because there
of what? How the fuck could this guy overpower anybody? Fall on him? What is he talking about?
was no proof because there was absolutely no way that I would do the thing that she accused me of, right? And there's a lot of people stupid enough to believe that baseless accusation. And it's frustrating. And so this is something I absolutely 100% believe.
I do not believe for a second you treat everyone who takes allegations out without proof as a liar. I do not believe you treat...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we do not... No, what I'm saying is we do not treat it as serious. We don't cancel somebody. We don't destroy somebody's life if there isn't proof.
The problem is, Boogie, is the moment that stuff comes out, if
the problem is Booger.
Like for example, if you've got a brand deal or something on the line, or you've got a sponsor, the moment that comes out about you, that sponsor or that brand is going to drop you, regardless of like whether there's, you know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. Like that's how the internet is.
The accusation is enough. The accusation is enough. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as an accusation comes out, that's like...
What an interesting scenario for Boogie to be into, where he's on a panel with like a bunch of people half of his age and even lower in some instances, and all of them are bullying him, and he cannot, like, he just doesn't have it in him to defend himself. Like, wow. Like, that should make you sad, man. That should make you feel some type of way, brother.
So because anyone can say anything. Yeah, as soon as anyone says anything online, it doesn't matter whether like anyone goes.
Thank you so much for the small gut KC. I sounded like I had something else to say. I didn't. Thank you so much.
Into it or not.
But once again, this matters on the audience. Like, if I think if an accusation was made about me, given the fact that I'm very critical of false accusations and having proof, people would not be quick to believe it. Apart from my ontological enemies, who will always believe anything about me anyway. Like Quimmin was saying, Minecraft YouTubers are treated as non-sexual child entertainment entities. Everybody cares. Nobody cares about you. You're the most hated person on the Destiny team. Nobody likes you. You're a loser. You get paid $1 an hour.
I think.
What the fuck?
This one goes out to you because clearly you are on some sort of drugs. So let me ask you guys this.
What just happened?
What are your opinions on, this is a big word for me, you know, as a person that speaks 25 languages, so go easy on it. Therapeutic, psychedelic.
What's the point of speaking more than one language? Unironically at this point. Fucking Google AI has the ability, like we're there within 5 to 10 years, the technology to be able to translate is we're all gonna have like fucking hearing aids and be able to understand every other person's language. So like, what does that skill even matter? It's like, oh cool, I can drum. That's cool. People could just go on a fucking computer now and like put techno beats into it. You know, what does it matter? Anyway, what?
I said thera, bro. Don't even try to come at me. I said it correctly.
Okay.
What are your opinions on therapeutic, psychedelic drugs like shrooms or DMT? Do you believe it can change your life?
I don't know, dude. I don't do drugs. I feel like you should stay away from that shit because you never know how you're gonna react to it. But whatever.
May I go first on this? May I go first on this? Combining psychedelics with therapy, with professionals, very useful. Doing it the way I did, but just like popping that shit with a crazy drug addict, not so useful. So my recommendation is, the evidence is being...
what a victim, holy fuck.
Coming in.
This guy has such a hard life.
that proves that with professional therapists and professionals administrating it and following up with professional therapy, yes, it can cure things that were previously uncurable, like post-traumatic stress disorder. So yeah.
Whoa, you're cured, Boogie?
Yes, it's very useful.
The guy who gave me this.
You're saying cure or treat it? I don't think you can really cure PTSD. I'm sure you can treat it, but okay.
By the way, recently painted on his house the word
pedophile onto his garage.
Window and is threatening to murder him.
And no, he's in jail right now. He's in jail now.
The
only reason I was able to make it today is because he got arrested today. But 110%, like that guy is an example of what will happen to you if you do it without the right experience, the right cause, and the right place at the right time.
Oh, he was a shaman. You don't trust a shaman.
I thought so too. But then again, you have to remember, I'm a gullible idiot. I'm a gullible. So
I know you told me.
I don't think you're a gullible idiot. I just I think that you do things for attention. And you knew whatever this was would make a good story if you had some crazy shaman sell you drugs, so you did it for the documentary. Like, oh, I'm so gullible, guys. I'm so gullible. I'm always in the same situation over and over again. I'm so gullible. Bro, you like invite this type of shit. Like you're constantly acting like a fucking child. Like, oh, but I'm so gullible. No, you're not. You know what you're doing.
I don't think you need professional like guidance. I think you can definitely take shrooms. You just have to go into the shrooms with the right mentality. Like,
yeah, that's dumb advice. You need fucking professional guidance. You shouldn't be taking fucking shrooms.
When I've done shrooms, I think up what's like questioning in my life, like why I can't decide, things I need to like make decisions in life, take the shrooms.
Yeah, maybe you can just not. So you're telling me that you can't make major life decisions without being high on drugs? That's an incredibly toxic trait. That is insane. That's not. You need to develop better fucking coping mechanisms. Like, what is your problem? That is incredible.
Have the trip, and like how I always explain it is I'm a little ADHD, and like I have all this going on. I'm streaming all the time, my brain's
okay. Yeah, I have fucking like legitimate ADHD. Like it was very problematic when I was young. I had like incredible behavior problems. I have like legitimate like OCD as well. You don't see me taking fucking shrooms. Okay, engage in the behavioral protocols. They deal with it without needing some kind of dependency. Going on shrooms is the same thing. Is just another treatment method for something, and I don't really believe that you should be going on any type of drug unless you really have to. Which is, that's why doctor prescribed. Thank you so much for Paralawrence $5. The shaman is from Denver, Colorado, so I feel that. Hugs and kisses. Okay.
Like this, like it's all like tangled up, and when I take shrooms, like every question gets put in like a neat line, and I can just think things clearly. I don't know.
Wow, have you ever thought about engaging in behavioral protocols to be able to do that without having to drug yourself?
Why? Like I just
my biggest question would be for that. Can you not just do that without shrooms?
After the shrooms is when you have to put whatever you.
Yes, you can. I am like, yes, you can do that. You can develop like positive, healthy behavioral protocols to be able to do shit more effectively.
You've worked out into practice.
He wants to do drugs, and he's making an excuse for doing his drugs. That's literally all it is. It's the same guy who's like does heroin. It's like I needed to think clearly. It's just he's just a fucking addict. He in some capacity looking for some kind of an excuse.
That's the important.
Can you not do that without shrooms though?
Well,
no, it's possible, a lot harder.
Yeah, the research shows that it does create like neuroplasticity in the brain. There's a documentary you can watch on Netflix that I highly recommend called How to Change Your Mind, and it's showing that all the research that we've done over the last really 40 years shows that it creates a neuroplasticity in your brain. And
like when it like there might be information showing that there could be positive impacts of it. Just to be absolutely clear, this is like a mental health science is very new. You need more than one study, or you need a myriad of studies. You need like long-term studies to see the negative impacts. And again, we're fundamentally talking about a drug. Like I think that generally speaking, you shouldn't be on any drugs if you can manage your shit without it. Drugs should be like a last-ditch effort. I do believe, like especially for mental health issues. I'm not saying don't do drugs, but like again, go to a doctor because most of these things are things that you can deal with from some kind of like cognitive behavioral therapy. But you're just like, oh no, I want to take shrooms instead.
And that puts you in a learning space. So for people who have like a disease like post-traumatic stress disorder, which is kind of a looping disease, where your
is that a disease?
Brain gets used to working in a very specific way. It allows them to reinvent those neuronic loops.
Yeah, I've had.
Why do you call it a disease? It's a fucking disorder. What?
I had lifelong suicidal depression. It started since I was about 5 or 6 years old, and the first time I took shrooms, for the first time in my life, I had about a year-long break where I didn't have any depression at all. I've taken mushrooms here and there since then, and sometimes they do help with my depression, sometimes they don't. But at least...
Thank you so much again for $5, Perry Lawrence. You ever thought about being on Kick or Keep? Would you get the chance? Probably not, honestly. I don't know. That's not really my content strategy right now. I'm not like I've been pretty distant from like other content creators and like interactions with them and like one-on-ones. I guess I'd be open to it, but like I've been doing pretty solid without that. I've been kind of like keeping to myself. And I've been kind of enjoying it. I've been enjoying it. You know, I've been enjoying it, like keeping that boundary, not really interacting with a whole lot of people. In a very specific way. I've been kind of just like vibing on it. I've been kind of chilling, like doing TikToks and stuff. That's like, I know a lot. Obviously, there's different ways to get your name out there, and this is like one of them. For me, doing TikToks has been more beneficial to me. I'm not entirely sure if I want to do something like that. I don't know. Like I've been kind of, you know, and maybe it would be a benefit, but I've been kind of just enjoying the flow that I've been hitting lately.
Personally, I've noticed that they can help with depression, and there's some research showing they can help treat depression.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's basically like the psychedelics will give you like a perspective shift or whatever. But I feel like you could get that same potential perspective shift where you realize, like, man, I really need to put this together. I need to fix my life. You could probably get that same perspective shift from just like doing cocaine for like 5 days straight, and
what the fuck?
Just like not sleeping, not just drinking.
Have you ever done shrooms?
I guess you could do that.
Maybe.
Yeah, wait, who's done shrooms in here?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I would never confess to a crime online.
All the people. I'm just saying.
Very smart.
Druggies. But go ahead, please. You're making.
Yeah, mushrooms do a weird thing where they let you see yourself from a third-person perspective, and I think that's really
Yeah, I did that in English class. I don't need shrooms, brother. You know what I'm saying?
hard for a lot of people to do. You can go to like therapy and try to objectify your life in that kind of way where you try to pull your own emotions and stuff out of it, and you try to see things from a third-person perspective. But with mushrooms, it's a much more different, much more personal sort of experience where you can really internalize what's going on.
Okay, so here's the bigger thing. Jokes aside, if you're gonna do this, you're listening to this, you're a kid, whatever. If you're gonna do it anyway, just make sure you do it with people that you you know care about you, aren't gonna f with you, aren't gonna ruin
Do it with your mom and dad, guys.
your vibe. Because the biggest
Do drugs with your mom.
thing going into it is you need to have a.
Not only that, not only that, like don't take shrooms at a party. Like you have to take shrooms around people you don't care about, like your like deepest like emotions coming out around. Otherwise, you're gonna feel like an idiot. Do it somewhere in nature. Do it somewhere where there can't be outside sources, like someone coming in with you. Put your phone away. You don't want to get a text saying that you're fired from your job whilst you're tripping balls or something. Like don't do too much.
The best possible thing you can do is put all of your devices away. Put all of your
Yeah, I forget who said it, but whoever said that you don't really need to do some kind of guidance for this is definitely smart. But hey, but also make sure that you don't have your phone. You are around people that you can trust, but also not people that you care if they hear your deepest, darkest secrets, et cetera, et cetera. Like, well, it's a lot of stipulations. Sounds like maybe if this is something to do, you'd want to use a therapist.
contact with the real world away that can help you take a bunch of drugs and go in the middle of the woods.
Yeah,
like some sharp objects, and horror movies, and you know, this is the vibe.
If you're under 25, you probably don't want to do mushrooms because your brain is still developing, and there's some research showing, especially if you do psychedelic drugs very frequently at high doses, can trigger schizophrenia.
Also, if your parents are in the head, just be aware that that can potentially trigger some in you. Just make sure if you're gonna do it anyway, because people do it anyway, because just make sure you're safe and like.
Right. Can we just talk about the fact that we're addressing kids in a Destiny chat? Like, that's kids are watching this
Destiny's
right now.
overwhelmingly child audience.
You never know.
It's a children's entertainment.
I'm sure that there are plenty of kids who watch Destiny. They're probably like teenagers, like maybe like in those 13, 14. I'm not saying most of his audience, but like those young people that like are drawn to like kind of a little bit of the debatey, like a little bit of that debate toxicity, and like want to be like the smart guy in their club. Debate nerds, basically Destiny, like other debate nerds.
Giving out like advice.
Yeah, it's not PSA, is it? Is it after school special? What's going on?
You're taking the
mushroom trip I had was fucking insane.
I see you writing notes, bro.
Dude, the
I feel like
7 grams of white penis envy mushrooms, which apparently are the most potent strain, and I turned into a girl and started having lesbian makeout sessions with these other female faces, and I had a nonstop 30-minute orgasm.
Yeah, the average person definitely.
What the fuck is happening?
To experience this, I feel like it's probably because the best people just don't do drugs. Generally,
we all know about
based.
Just say no. Just say
we all
no.
know about the most legendary mushroom trip,
Literally,
right? Vitalik.
Literally just
Vitalik.
said no. Yeah, that was great.
Oh,
he beat the
yeah.
innocent woman.
He did 6 grams. He did not 6 grams, 60 grams or an ounce or something of mushrooms. Blended it up, took it, went outside, saw a girl, thought it was his mum as a monster, and beat the living shit out of her.
Sorry, babe.
What the fuck?
What motherfucker?
Oh man.
Well, she was running by his house. I mean, she was disturbing him. I understand.
I'm actually a diagnosed sociopath. I went to see a psychiatrist recently, and when I take mushrooms,
That's crazy.
actually,
I can believe that.
That's not a diagnosis
Way
anymore.
more-
I thought it was isn't it ASPD? Sociopath isn't a
yeah, like
diagnosis, is
I
it?
have antisocial personality
okay.
disorder. But when I take mushrooms, I actually can empathize with people,
shit.
almost like a normal person.
So why do you say it was the other thing?
And so I don't think Vitaly took just mushrooms, because when you take mushrooms, you're kind of sedated. It's hard to move around and even stand up, and you usually
Maybe he's just built different.
have
was
like
manic.
more
That's
empathy
what it
for
was.
other people.
He was manic. He was manic already.
Yeah?
He was at this
Okay.
period in his time when he was doing that like Vitaly
I'm
Uncensored,
so
and he was telling me that he was making $1 million a day sometimes on his Vitaly Uncensored, and then he was just had all this
That's probably not true.
money. He was spending it. All these girls doing all
I'm sure he had money, but
these drugs, probably coke and everything as well. I don't know. I can't speak for him. And he was very manic, and he took it. And yeah, he said to me, this is what he said to me. He said, I thought I saw a monster, and it was kind of taking over my mum's body. And then
which is why you should definitely do drugs. That's a good idea.
Imagine you're just sober and he just really wanted to unload on some random woman.
Okay,
He should have remade the Bang Bus
maybe he's a New Yorker, dude. Maybe he's just a typical New Yorker.
that week. That would have been amazing, personally.
She
That's
was,
why I
yeah,
went.
with her, yeah. Okay, she was jogging by herself. When you see someone like peacefully jogging by your house, do you not get the urge to beat the f out of them? Come on.
Fair point. For sure.
Be honest, chat.
Tom, oh boy.
Okay. If it's just me, apparently
based,
seeing innocent people, just
Tom,
me.
we know
I
that
have
you're,
that feeling
look,
when I see
I'm a paranoid.
pro-Palestine protesting.
I mean, sometimes you see people happy and it just makes you angry. You know what I mean? You're just like, I want to ruin your happiness right now. I want to make you less happy right now. You know?
I'm a paranoid person, but I'm not like you, Tom. You literally stake out your window with a shotgun.
I'm the only one filled with
It's weird because like Nantavius and Goku Naru talk very similarly.
homicidal rage for innocent people. Really?
I guess like a similar cadence.
I'm the only one. Fine.
Yeah, everyone wants to get even every once in a while, right?
They literally don't respect the pigment. Okay.
Okay. Stop. Before we wrap up this topic, I just want to get it right. You're all pro drug use.
No.
Is that a serious question, or is he fucking with people?
Only if it's a
supervised.
Didn't half of us say no?
No, half of them said if you're gonna do it, please be safe. Go to the jungle. Make sure your clothes is on and your phone's turned off, and you're with your friends.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I'm saying don't do it. Crustacean is saying don't do it.
I do it only with supervising professionals.
drugs
Only
are
them.
bad.
I
mean,
don't think
you
you
don't
need
need
to be professional. I think
supervising
you just need to
professionals
have.
to be
I think you just need to have enough knowledge going into something beforehand to make an informed decision.
And like, just like, don't
Nobody
do
is
hard.
doing this with a shaman. Literally nobody is
I
doing
think
that.
for,
I mean,
you don't need a shaman. Hold on. For drugs, listen, you just have to know what they do, okay? Know what they do, know what the effects are, and dose responsibly, and that's how you exploit every single drug. 99% of people that tell you that drugs are bad don't do drugs, all smoke.
I mean, it's easy to say just know the right dosages and do them responsibly. Like, how do you know what that means if you don't understand drugs? You're going to find some random individual online? No, that's just ridiculous.
All drink, all eat McDonald's, and all do some other artistic. It's all a matter of knowing like the pros and cons. Don't take mushrooms expecting they're going to fix your PTSD or your depression. Don't take ketamine thinking it's going to cure your traumatic response to whatever. Like, take them, have some fun, but be
Do the majority.
This is just a dumb thing to say because I know when it comes to trans people, Destiny wouldn't say like, "Oh, just figure out how to take hormones and just take them." You'd say like, "Oh, you should interact with like a doctor that could tell you how to do this correctly." So like, I know he doesn't believe this. He likes drugs. That's cool, but like, yeah, you shouldn't be using any type of drugs without a doctor present, especially like a high risk drug, like some kind of psychedelic. But
Majority of people doing these illicit substances have the mental capacity and knowledge about it.
No, but the majority of people that drink alcohol, you know, how many people drink and drive and die every year because of that?
So you shouldn't do that either.
Drink.
yeah, you should. Yeah, you should not do that either.
Well, yeah, but no. You don't say you shouldn't drink. You say you shouldn't drink and drive. Much the same that you shouldn't trip.
No, you probably shouldn't just drink. You shouldn't drink in general. So.
With too much mushrooms in an irresponsible place, but like,
I would say probably the less drugs you do, the better in any scenario.
I mean, the problem with shrooms is people take shrooms and they feel really awoken in life and they feel like they've unlocked this like key to be able
Just
to
insufferable, pretentious. That is the biggest issue.
He's going banana boats.
And then the problem is they think that they need to keep taking them to stay in that mentality. But shrooms are only good if you have that enlightenment and then you bring that over into your normal life. You can't just stay in a trip. You will not be the same person when you come out of it.
those are only also on really, really, really high doses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like that'll actually really kill your ego. Like it'll kill your ego and then it'll come back. Like it'll settle back in. Like it's not gonna cure you of anything really.
I'm scared to take ayahuasca because I don't know. I feel like what if like Ice always says to me he'd never take like ayahuasca because he's scared he'd lose his ego and his ego is what makes him a successful person.
Yeah, but
what the fuck is ayahuasca? I think I saw a TikTok meme about that.
hold on, just when people say ego death, that has nothing to do with like being egotistical. These are completely and totally different concepts. When people talk about ego death at high doses of certain psychedelics, they're just talking about dissolving like your first person perspective of yourself because your brain is like so on drugs that it's hard to keep track of like your narrative, your story, and who you are. It's not like, oh my god, I'm having ego death. I'm so humble now. I'm not egotistical. Those
it can humble you.
No
It totally can humble you. What do you mean?
It can humble you in regards to like your approach to a drug or something, but it doesn't like get rid of your ego. Those things are totally different concepts.
Yeah, I know, but
it forces you to see. It forces you to see outside of your ego, right? More or less, right?
It can give you a different perspective on things, but it could also make you like an insufferable piece of shit. Like drugs aren't like a magical pathway.
90% of the time it does. 90% of the time it does.
Yeah,
Let's
it
be real.
just super depends. Like some people, when they drink alcohol, some people become like way more socially lubricated. They're like more friendly, more funny. They're more chill. Other people drink and they start like hating people and screaming, and they become
based
insufferable. Right? I just like things just affect you in different ways. Yeah, be aware of it.
W social lubrication. Okay.
I'm still
Because
thinking about this
honestly-
whole penis envy thing. What's going on, Richard?
It's apparently it's the most potent strain of mushrooms.
Why the
Like
name
penis
though?
envy. I don't know.
Because it looks like a penis.
Because women have penis envy, dude.
But does
It
it like
looks like a
envy like other penises?
I didn't have that experience. No.
Okay.
Made me laugh a lot.
Okay, I've got a question. If you had to do shrooms with someone in the chat right now, who would everyone do shrooms with?
Kick him off.
A good question. Do
Oh, for
fentanyl
sure,
shrooms.
sure.
Do fentanyl shrooms, bro. So
If
that's a
you
great
had to
question.
just if you had to one-on-one with someone in the chat, like in this call right now, and do shrooms with them, who
Definitely.
would
I would
you
do
pick?
it with. Thank you, Richard. I
I'd make
appreciate
him
that.
watch
Tom, for
the
sure, yeah.
another animal rights documentary while on shrooms.
You know what? I would either do it with you or Gokunaru because he's my family member. So either of you are gonna have to be my pick. I would.
Are they actually family members? Did he have eye surgery or is he Vegeta right now? I'm not understanding the eye patch here.
Definitely not do it with Boogie or Sam. Karantas, I feel like I would just.
Damn, Boogie's just sitting there. He's just sitting there sad. You know? This guy, I don't I struggle to say this is a man. But this is a man who just lets himself get rolled all over constantly. He's just positioned himself to have no respect for anyone left.
Just get high and he would beat the fuck out of me. So I wouldn't want to.
Yo,
do
what
that.
would Sam do though? What would Sam do realistically? I feel like there's a lot of shit he would do to you.
Because you think I'm fucked up, but I also know what it's like to trip, and especially if it's his first time tripping, I'm gonna make him have a good trip. You know what I'm saying?
But,
like I'm not.
What is a
him,
good
I'm not
trip to you?
A good trip, like, you know, where you just experience it and you think about stuff, and like I can point out things to think about or look at. Like,
No, it's a better trip. A trip to Disney World, brother. It's an incredible thing. It's a very nice experience with your wife. It's a beautiful thing. Lots of fun. Okay. Oh, you're a Disney World. You're a loser. Okay. Some of these guys are drug addicts, brother. I'm ahead of the curve. Number one. Don't give a fuck.
know how to guide a trip, like,
and then you wake up.
I'm not
naked
saying I'm
with your
not.
pinky missing.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say you're gonna do anything weird to me, but I don't want to be unconscious around you or unaware of my inhibitions. To be honest.
why are you getting unconscious on shrooms, bro?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And I mean, like, bro, these things happen sometimes.
I feel like I
We
might
take
wake up with
shrooms,
this haircut if I hang out.
Look
with
at
you.
this.
We get a
item.
little gay
Look at
together.
this item right now. World of Warcraft. Skibbity's pendant. Incredible.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this
This is what I'm saying. It immediately turns into homosexual. You know, in the butt.
I mean, he's asking-
All the drugs talk is gay. Drugs are just inherently
Isn't
gay.
that
It's
more
a sexual
That's true too, brother.
activity.
It is.
Like gays do all this antisocial shit, like each other and have loads of partners and doing drugs and all this. Shit. It's all just sexual activity. It's degenerate.
What the hell is he talking about? Nothing to do with gay people, okay? You know what it has to do with men. Men are degenerates. Men, this is the thing. Men want to fuck, girls want to date, okay? When you get two men together and they both want to fuck, they're gonna go crazy. That's why I wish I was gay, all right? It's nothing to do with them being gay. It has to do with sexual availability. And just, you know what I mean? It's simpler.
Degenerate. Okay, I don't know why we're sitting here.
Bro, you save 10 times more money on my crack habit than you do on Disney. No, you don't, because you're probably a fucking degenerate loser that nobody wants to be around and you can't hold a job down and you're like unpleasant if you're... All right. Not to at you so hard, but that's the reality of the situation. And you're like, no, that's not true. They're just not telling you. Okay, so you're gonna save more money in the long run going to Disney consistently because you're gonna be a nicer person to be around, and that's on God.
Pretending like we're gonna do drugs with each other.
You guys are all American and I'm British, so I've been cancelled 3 times in my life.
By the way, I know why this nigga Sam was voted.
What the fuck?
You know, to the top. I'm just saying. Message taken. Message taken. Message taken. You know what I mean?
It feels like it takes too long for them to vote people out in this game. And it feels like they should vote people off faster, especially if they have such a large roster. Like, shouldn't the vote be like every maybe 10 minutes? I mean, we're 42 minutes in. What, 2 people got kicked so far? Seems like they should do it more often.
Well,
Yourself, DDG.
look at the pigment, bro.
Bro, I'm not going goblin mode. We're having fun. Okay, we're having fun. I know you don't do crack, Mr. Sign 12. That's why I was doing a little banter. All right, Jesus Christ. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't think that you actually did crack. I was just being a little fun. I'm sorry if that crossed the line and upset you. I was just having a little fun. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to upset you. Okay, don't worry, brother. I don't think that you do crack. I assumed it was a joke, and then I expertly, of course, extrapolated the joke, added onto it, of course, because that's just what I do. I'm a funny guy. I'm a funny man. Some people are addicted to drugs. Others are addicted to alcohol or food. I'm addicted to all those things, plus jokes.
What happened?
What's up with the obsession with pigment? Is it like the word of the day, pigment? Are you gonna get paid if you say pigment like 100 times today? I can
Been
help
reading
you.
race realism, clearly. He's been looking for A10 conquerors.
You're just
What's
not
going on?
you're just not skibidi enough. So just stop talking Toronto's game.
Okay, you did this the last time you were on. New material. Come on. Also,
Oh
I was hit with a cone on
Nah,
my
you kind of like when it comes to the brain rot, like skibbity and stuff. You need to continuously do it over and over again, because the crux of the joke here, the crux of the joke, unironically, really boils down to overdoing it. It's like one of those things where like, oh, you skibbity, and it's kind of funny at first when you see it, and then somebody hits you with the second skibbity, and then you're like, or they continue with it, and you're like, okay, this is getting kind of cringe, and they continue with it over and over and over again, and they don't stop, and then it gets annoying, but then eventually it gets funny again. So
head a few days ago, so I am concussed. So please.
I wish it had hurt you more. I wish you were out of commission.
No, I'm not lying. Like a driver hit me with a cone.
I wish.
Okay.
She hit you with 3.
Listen, it wouldn't matter. My head is too strong. GG.
Incredible.
Question number 4. Wait. We made it to round 4. This round's going to be double elimination, by the way, just so you know. Hold on. Wait, I take that back. Let me count.
No, we'll double in the next round. Jesus.
Yeah, okay. Let me make the decision. Do the emails, buddy.
I'm
Anyways.
sitting here watching you, buddy. You got my full undivided attention right now.
Okay, relax. I'm taken by the Lord. Do you believe that commentary channels are a net positive or negative, seeing as a lot of the content they have produced has led to harassment and bullying of the people that they cover?
Maybe the people they cover need.
I mean, here's the thing. Commentary channel, because I'm like a commentary channel. Commentary channels can obviously provide like a benefit of entertainment. Are they the most incredible? No. But we have a lot of problems on like the internet in general of unqualified people having conversations in an unregulated space without any like particular boundaries. And I was much worse when I was younger, especially doing commentary on like, you know, TikTok and stuff. And it gets very toxic very quickly because again, like there's nobody is there's no regulation. And really, the only way that you can regulate is going to be socially as time goes on, and better boundaries are set into place, and et cetera, right? That's really all you can do. And so that's the negative aspect of it. I don't think that there's any problem in seeing like, oh, there's a situation where such and such thing happened to this person. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's the way that you engage with it, the sensationalization where you make it seem like this person is the worst person in the entire world. They're like morally horrible, like these like moral energies of like, again, it goes back to like the whole Katie Bug situation. Like it gets so sensationalized and intense and disproportionate, and people dogpile and they go crazy. That's where it becomes a problem. I like to think that generally speaking, when it comes to my commentary, I'm talking about a thing, but I don't think I do it in a toxic way. I might disagree with somebody, but I like, you know, there are other people who I don't think I'm the creator people go to get an opinion on something about, and then take that opinion and use it to go bully other people. Oh, more than anything else, I don't think I sensationalize things. And I think that more people just need to set that standard, which I think is happening. Generally speaking, I think more people are setting that standard. I'm not saying I started the standard or anything. Okay, don't think I'm fucking saying that, idiot. You know. But I'm not starting the standard. Okay, all I'm saying is I think that's the standard that's being set. So
need harassment and bullying.
Yeah, I think harassment and bullying is based actually. So
why did they kick Boogie? I didn't even notice he fucking left.
It's a sexual activity.
It is.
Like gays do all this antisocial, like each other and have loads of partners and doing drugs and all this. It's all just sexual activity. It's degenerate. Okay, I don't know why we're sitting here pretending like we're gonna do drugs with each other.
You guys are all American and I'm British, so I've been cancelled 3 times in my life.
By the way, I know why.
What the hell's happening? I guess he just decided to leave the conversation.
It wouldn't matter.
There's so many fucking cuts in this. It's so I mean, I understand you have to edit stuff down, but it's so unorganized.
My head is too strong. GG. Question number 4.
Accusations being thrown around, but that's
Particularly the risk of reporting on something that's not completely true and spinning.
Okay, sorry.
See, guys, a lot of the content they have produced.
morons who don't have anything like.
I
think the main problem with commentary channels is they're fucking morons who don't have anything like actually interesting to say.
No, that's pretty based.
True, spitting.
Damn.
I think the problem is it's like doing the news.
That guy sounds like Kavos.
But it's basically the risk of reporting on something that's not completely true and spin as true. You can cause a lot of damage.
Well, that's only occasionally when there's like crap, like accusations being thrown around, but that's not.
I would say the average.
Sure, but like these people don't have any training to talk about them. I don't either. I'm just saying that that's one of the problems.
Commentary channel is 30 times better than CNN at their worst.
What?
I don't know about that.
Like, as bad as CNN and Fox News and all these things might be, they're held to a higher, like an exponentially higher standard than anyone else.
I think so.
Like, for example, Coffeezilla with his thing, with like him bringing my name into. Like, I'm watching that and I'm laughing, and it's so funny because I'm watching him so confidently spit stuff like, I've done this research, this and this and this.
Isn't Coffeezilla one of like the best research commentary channels on the
internet?
Yeah, he is. Isn't he like Coffeezilla is like incredibly high standard?
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. No, I
You're
agree.
just mad that you got owned.
I'm watching it and I'm like, he has no idea what's actually going on.
Can you name an example of how he
his point is like, he's the best research commentary individual, and he still doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I think he might be just mad that he got owned.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Did Coffeezilla own Sam Pepper?
No, I know
Like
what
how?
actually happened.
Like what was the case? Like what happened?
There was a coin that was made, and the coin tagged.
Oh, you're talking about
like
you're talking about Save the Kids.
Yes,
Wasn't that not a rug pull like through and through?
Exactly, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are so just from like the drama, like you.
I don't know, man. I feel like Coffeezilla kind of came with he came with guns loaded on that one.
Think that that's a rug pull. Do you know what I'm saying? And even though I know the people that made it, I know the people that did it, I know everything behind the scenes, and it wasn't a rug pull.
Make a
cool.
Make a video. Why didn't you create like a convincing?
And tell us what the next best coin.
Why didn't you create like a convincing like report like counterattacking him? Where is that?
Because I didn't care. I honestly didn't care.
Okay, very convenient that you didn't care.
So he was so wrong and slandered you so bad that you didn't care.
Sam Pepper's getting fucking roasted.
It's not going to affect me. You understand it ain't going to affect me.
Is it good to be in a position where slander doesn't affect you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's sick to be like.
Then sue him. Then like you don't have to come out and just go sue him. Why not do that?
Wouldn't you rather be a virtuous person?
I mean, it's so hard to do that online.
It's not that hard. Like, of course, okay, you don't need to be a virtuous person, but it's not hard to be a not scumbag online. Like, you could be a normal human being. It's that's especially now. I think that's like a new wave. I guess it's hard sometimes. Not really. Not for me, at least. You can be a normal person.
Like, it's so hard to do that. I'd rather.
Coffeezilla had evidence through the blockchain that multiple people involved in the token rug pulled instantly.
But the thing is, again, you don't know what a rug pull is, so maybe you don't understand.
Now we got to redefine the bad words, so that they're not so bad.
To me then.
Let me.
Well, technically, it's not a genocide.
Okay, if you guys want to talk for 10 minutes, okay? Here's how this works, okay? So Sam Pepper, without knowing anything about this, probably did some up shit, but what he did didn't qualify as a rug pull. So since you don't know exactly what he did, he's going to nail you on the technicality of what they did, not being a rug pull because it's probably like a draining of equity.
He's so base.
Sam, you pretend to own private islands. You're a literal scumbag. But Sam has not said anything specific, and Sam knows he's getting called out right now. He knows he just got owned.
No, it's funny.
He did this last time.
Because I know what happened.
Then explain it.
Why would he do that?
He can't because he looks like a piece of. Oh, it's not a rug pull.
If you can't lay out the allegation, in detail, saying exactly how it worked, then why the would he start?
I laid out exactly how it worked. I don't know what Sam.
I mean, Coffeezilla did that, did he not?
I don't know what Sam specifically.
Yeah, exactly. So why would he volunteer a bunch of information when they can look bad?
The problem is
but the thing is he wasn't going to do that in general. Even a Coffeezilla's well laid out thing, right? So,
the people that are mainly involved with it.
Yeah, this is the guy who did this kill your best friend prank. I'm not. He doesn't exactly have the highest credibility here.
They're like actual holes, and they have a lot of money and they have a lot of power, and like my emails are already filled with like lawsuits from them, so I don't really want to it's not beneficial for me. Number one, I don't care if people want to say save the kids, coin scam, whatever, they can. It doesn't really affect me.
Didn't you leave the country because you were afraid to get arrested?
What's that?
Didn't you leave the country?
No. You know that his chat's feeding him that, because I don't remember all this, but now that he's saying, I'm like, oh yeah, that was part of it.
I left America, yes, but not because I was like scared to get arrested.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I left America because I hadn't been home in 7 years, 6 years. I hadn't seen my family.
Convenient time to go home, huh?
Disgusting country.
The UK?
Yeah, the UK sucks.
So you said it was obviously a rug pull. You're trying to take a shot at Sam, and then immediately when this buried you, you're like, oh, let's.
How did he bury me?
Country.
No one
had anything to say.
Daddy listening.
All Sam said is like, there's some behind the scenes information no one understands, but I can't get into it.
Yep.
Well, like here's the thing,
Yeah,
if you're gonna say really good commentary channels like CoffeeZilla even get stuff wrong, like he may have gotten some sort of technicality on what a rug pull is.
No,
you know,
it's not even
No,
that.
CoffeeZilla is like a total bitch anyway. Why are we using CoffeeZilla as a shining example? It's like
Why is he a total bitch? What?
most soy Reddit loser going.
You're a soy Reddit.
What the fuck are we talking about?
So you look like Wilbur Soot, dude.
What's a good? What's
What the fuck is happening?
a good commentary channel? What's a good commentary channel, Queen Man?
What's his commentary?
Papa got.
I don't mind Turkey Tom here. You know, Nick the Ori, obviously those two I like. You know,
So
Alright,
here's
fuck
my
you, dude.
argument against.
He
Fuck you.
did
commentary
misreport
could
me
be
being
cancer.
Somalian though.
What? That was a joke, probably, right? What the?
It said it on your Wikipedia, dude.
Just come and say
Wikipedia is
you're
always
Somali.
true.
Oh,
I know
shit.
you are.
You guys remember when? Do you guys remember when H3 used to be like an actual comedy chat, like
Yeah,
commentator
yeah, yeah.
channel and
Yeah.
Sure.
there was mad drama about him back then, like how he like ruined kids' lives. I mean, and Leafy, like they're the two really good examples of like people's lives being ruined by like commentary channels.
They
I
didn't
guess
ruin
they're the
anyone's
two.
lives, though. They did not.
I think that Ethan may have ruined the life of the one black guy who helped Rebecca Black, and he insinuated he was a pedophile over and over and over again without any actual proof, and it devastated that guy's life. So yeah, actually has a good point about that.
He
They were
isn't
based.
even really a
I don't even buy
commentary
this
channel.
idea that
He's-
the commentary channels can ruin your
what
life.
is he-
You're always as good as your last piece of content, and people forget any wrong that you get exposed to.
Well, people, it's a little different. Like if you're not making content, you know, like if you're not actually making content and you're like a regular person, and like every time they Google your name, it's like, oh, this guy's a fucking pedophile. He's this. He's that. Kind of a little different there. You can ruin somebody's life. If, so.
Sam knows
You
that
keep
better than
producing good
anyone.
content. Yeah, literally. Like it's delusional to say these commentary channels are ruining people's lives.
You've been
You-
canceled,
it ruins your life.
you've been canceled
Yeah,
3
what
times.
do
You're
you
still
mean?
here.
Yeah, literally, you're still going. It makes you stronger each time if you just keep pushing.
I
through.
think the
That's
truth is
reality.
that commentary is relatively neutral. Okay, there are some better commentary channels, there are some worse commentary channels. Some are more accurate than others, but overall, the harassment and bullying is not that big of a deal. If you're an online content creator, if you do something up, or if you think you were justified in doing it, you keep going, you keep making content, you're gonna be fine. Okay, you're gonna be just fine.
Yeah. I think
Sure,
most
for
commentary
most
videos are just obviously relatively useless. It's like
Oh yeah, is it Patrice O'Neill or is that a different person?
slop, just like
It's
talking about the
entertainment.
latest bullshit. It's complete. But it's like mindless entertainment. But commentary,
That's a different person, brother. What the fuck?
people sometimes can cope and think like I'm learning because I'm listening to a guy talk about it and yap. But in reality, I would say 90% of the time, like you're not really learning anything through commentary.
I
It's
agree,
just
but I
like,
think that's
you know,
fine.
act-
I think it's neither a gain or like a loss collectively. I think it's just like neutral. Like,
No,
it's
there's-
entertainment.
I mean, it depends on like what the commentary is about and like who's giving the commentary. You know, for sure. I agree though.
I mean, yeah, it's
good
the
and
same as-
I'd say as long as they're not
Public
spreading
content.
misinformation, I don't really care if they talk about like some stupid streamer who cheated on some other bitch or something. Like that's the majority of
so I
what
mean-
Wait, hold on.
commentary
It's
content is
2020.
anyway.
It's 2024. We can talk about it. How many of you people? Let's see if you're not included. I already know the answer to this. How many of you people are actually vaxxed?
I mean, I got the vaccine once. What does that matter?
I'm like double vaxxed.
My wife had to get it for work because you know she works a real job, so I decided to get it with her.
That's
So-
That was like years
So
ago.
all of you are vaxxed. All of you.
I am triple
Not in
jabbed.
my eye.
Yeah, it's either 3 or 4
Triple jab.
times.
I got the grape flavor on the last one. It was
I wonder if they're. I wonder if they're even word jabs or if they're just saying that to be stupid.
pretty good.
Oh man, Destiny, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that there should like in an more ideal scenario for like commentary on this landscape? Do you think that people would talk more about serious issues? Because or do you think that people like
No.
commentators talking about serious issues actually just makes it less serious? You know what I mean? Like, do you think that people yapping about serious is just kind of like it just gets incestuous, and at the end of the day, it's all just entertainment. No one actually gives that much of a
I think
I
there's
think it's
very
just
few
slop. It's just
people-
slop. That's,
Yeah, I think there's very few people who should be talking about serious topics. I think Destiny's one of the few people.
Probably.
I've had my problems with him with the vegan stuff, but
I'm with the vegan stuff. Lobsters have burns, by the way.
Destiny's
like-
one of the few people who actually like does enough research and has enough intellectual honesty where
Guys, lobsters have fucking brains, okay?
he can
Oh
like, cover
my
the news.
god.
The glazing is
Dude, why don't you just suck his dick, you fucking gay guy?
unreal.
Would you not list yourself as more entertainment than like educational though, or what would your stance be, Destiny?
I don't think that education and entertainment are not mutually exclusive. I don't think they exist
I agree.
in like the same like
Trying to figure out where
scale.
we're
Yeah,
at.
binary.
Yeah. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess how you view it, I think a lot of people get a lot of their political
let's go to
education
Reddit
through
first.
entertainment. There was a whole generation of millennials on the left who were raised by The Daily Show and Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert.
Right.
And then
Jon Stewart's incredibly intelligent, so
yeah, on the right, like if you listen to conservative talk radio, like it tends to be like pretty entertaining. So or a lot of people inherit like political views or socio-political
but
views
yeah, they're not. I think his point is that they're just not mutually exclusive.
from like South Park and so yeah, I think it's always important to understand that things can be educational or things can be entertaining, but those two things are never mutually exclusive. And more often than not, if something tries to be educational, like if it talks about a political topic or whatever, even if it is entertaining, people will still get educated by it.
Okay.
Hey, wait, hold on. Sam, did you pay attention to what they were saying?
Yeah, a little bit.
He was honest.
I'd suck my own. if you could just give me one sentence of what they said, but I'm not gonna do that.
I said that it's not on the same parallel. Like the two different things are not on the same parallel. You can be this and you can be entertainment and good and whatever, blah blah blah.
See, I fact check you, but I don't remember anything that they said. So you know what? I would. Okay. Wait, how many minutes do we have in this round?
4 minutes 40 seconds.
Go on, bring it off the top of your head right now. Like no script, nothing. Off the top of your head, just get a little sub question in
you
there.
think I don't do this?
Let's
I've
show
been
me,
doing this
off
for
the
30
top of your head.
episodes.
Just show me how it's done. Let's see it.
I got you. So in the previous rounds, Mr. Vegan Gains, you brought up the fact that you were suicidal since you were 5 years old. That's crazy. Number one, you know what I mean? Number two, since that's the case, right? Let me ask you this. I'll start with you. Would you ever be cool with the idea of assisted suicide being something that's readily available?
How is this a sub question to the last
That's
one?
a great thought because I attached it to what he just said. Come on, bro. I'm a real. Please do not test.
So on the topic of commentary,
So
YouTuber, how about
I'm in
killing
full
yourself?
support of assisted suicide for any adult who
Oh, sorry.
To the last
That's
one.
a great thought because number two, since that
Just show me how it's done. Let's see it.
I got you. So in the previous rounds, Mr. Vegan Gains, you brought up the fact that you were suicidal since
Sorry, I didn't like listen to the question.
you were 5 years old. That's crazy. Number one, you know what I mean. Number two,
Okay.
since that's the case, right? Let me ask you this. I'll start with you. Would you ever be cool with the idea of assisted suicide being something that's readily available?
How is this a sub question to the last
That's
one?
a great
I mean, like the conversation about assisted suicide is interesting. I would personally say only if somebody had like a legitimate like excuse to do it, some kind of like terminal illness or I guess maybe significant mental health issue. But I don't really agree with it for young people that don't. Also, everybody over 70, 65, just eliminate them. Take them out of the equation. That's what we should do.
because I attached it to what he just said. Come on, bro. I'm a real. Please do not test.
So on the topic of commentary,
So
YouTuber, how about
I'm in
killing
full
yourself?
support of assisted suicide for any adult who wants it. There's two main reasons. I think
I don't think any adult who wants it. I think it's a little too much. But okay.
you have a right to bodily autonomy. If you don't want to live anymore, that should be your right to.
Well, you do. You can literally just take your own life. You can do that. Like the reality is like if you're not alive, laws don't matter. So you can do it. I don't think that we need to make it a comfortable experience and like glorify it because I think to some extent making it available for everybody if they just want to do it to some degree does kind of glorify the situation. I don't think that's particularly good for society to just let people who are in like dire situations take their life. I mean, I guess you could argue that with that happening, you see more people doing it, which means that our government would have to address those problems more quickly. It's like, okay, people are taking their life, so why are they doing it? Oh, they can't really afford to live, so let's provide better living standards for people. You know, so maybe it would be good. I don't think so though.
Yourself. Secondly, suicide is usually something that people do spontaneously. It's not something that somebody plans over weeks or months or years. Gets all their life savings so that they can pass it on to their family members. Does everything they want to do before they die. Do the bucket list thing and then kill themselves.
Yeah, they grab a shotgun and they blow their head off.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too. Is like imagine taking out like a crazy amount of debt, then just going to doing that, and then being able to get assisted like suicide would be crazy.
It's something you do when you have a really bad day and your shotgun is laying in the other room and you just randomly blow your head off. So if you actually give people access to assisted suicide, it becomes something that's more something that you can actually consider.
Why would you want people to consider that? Why would you want them to consider that out? If anything, I would argue that psychologically that make you less satisfied with your life because in many situations, like when you have multiple decisions that you or options to make, there can be the negative of feeling less confident about it. If you have one option and one decision that you can make, at least the positive there is like, okay, this is what we have to do and I have to commit to it. But I think that like allowing people the option, like, you know, I could just do this in a very easy way that's to some extent promoted. It's just going to encourage more people to get to that point of taking their own life, especially as time goes on. So I just don't think that's a particularly good idea. But
and have more long-term thinking behind it rather than something that you just might do spontaneously just because you have a gun laying around or you live in a like top floor of an apartment building.
Okay, I can understand
so
this.
That could actually help prevent a lot of suicides.
I can understand this for people who are like, I guess, terminally ill and they just don't want to experience the worst part of the terminal illness. But in terms of allowing anybody to
or somebody who's like old, okay, so like let's say your wife is like you and your wife are both 80 years old and your wife has a terminal illness and she dies. I think it's okay for the fucking other guy to tap out too. That's what I think I'd want to do. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, okay, I'm good. I just tap out. You know, I like that would. What a terrible thought to be like, oh, I'm not going to be with my wife anymore. I'm just going to slowly die without her. Like, no, thank you. You know what I mean?
Themselves. In my mind, I do think like with these resources that would be allocated to like giving people the injection that would end up killing them and all this. Do you think that those resources would be better like allocated towards actually giving these people, whether it's like a social uplifting or it's like a mental health services.
And in a
Whatever.
town?
Wait. Vegan games.
So,
You said
dude,
you think people
would
should have the
do you
freedom
think
for
you're
this,
going
right?
to have you're going to have more interactions with people if you allow for assisted suicide where you can get them help than if
Right.
you force them to commit suicide like in their home, like they rope or shoot themselves or something.
Yeah.
But you're going to
Okay.
have more opportunities to actually give them help.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Do you not think that ultimately, if you're like willing to kill yourself, do you not think by definition you're probably too mentally ill to make the decision to kill yourself? Do you not think that's kind of like the case? You think there is a rational thought process
not a bad argument.
that can lead to the decision to kill yourself? That's what you.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, with like terminal illness, if you're like 78 and you're like,
I can see some terminal illness cases. Like, yeah, I can see that.
If you're
But
like,
aside from that,
40 and like you can't afford rent and you're like just like you have no family and you're like this.
The greater problem is clearly capitalism. Am I right?
Yeah.
True.
Clearly, yeah. The bigger question though is, who do you guys think will be the first YouTuber to live stream their safe injection for suicide?
Interesting question, brother.
I don't know. Might be me.
Too mad.
Can I ask you guys a
Damn, did you say do man? That's brutal.
question? My ex-girlfriend told me that like she was there when her she lives in San Diego, right? So California, and she said that she was there when her nan like died, and she was like sick with like cancer or something, and she said someone came to the house.
Stop.
House and got all these pills out of a bottle, opened up each individual pill, poured it in a glass, and gave it to her, and then she died in front of them. I didn't think that was legal.
Is that what you guys want me to start doing? You guys want me, because I don't have anything on the Patreon. You guys want me to just start recording, like just posting about my daily Costco trips? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll unironically, like every time I go to Costco, I'll just make a video about it. And I'll just download it. You want that? Hey guys, get my Patreon for my daily Costco trip. I'll think about it.
I don't think that
Or
is
is it?
legal.
It's not daily, but it's like probably 3 times a week.
So who the f was this person that come to the house and put these, like they opened up capsules, she said, opened up like 50 capsules, poured them all in a drink and gave it to her nan in front of him, and then she
I
was
think
like,
that was just a murderer. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
that was
not bad, bro. I did not expect her to do that with family, bro.
I don't
Right,
think
bro,
that
where
may
did
not
you talk
I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about.
that may be legal. There's actually assisted suicide services that are skirting like below the law, where they give you big helium balloons to inhale, and people.
So you sound like Alvin and the
will order
Chipmunks
a
before
big-
you kick the bucket.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God,
so
I'm so
I don't know.
depressed.
I used to love Alvin and the Chipmunks.
So there's a good.
The girl, when I was a young kid, I always thought about the girl chipmunks. I thought they were so hot. You know what I mean? But I didn't know what to do with that energy because I was a youngster.
Chance that if somebody
I
comes
can't
by
stand
and
it
gives you a bunch of
anymore.
Pills, they're not a murderer as long as you're
What do you mean your name's not off the screen? What the fuck about?
you're the one who took the pills.
Also,
Well,
welcome
yeah.
to keep my kick.
Oh shit, dude! I fucking totally forgot that there's no Patreon names on the screen. Hey, what? Dude, I didn't even think about that, bro. I got the new computer. I'll work on that after. Okay, my bad. I did not even think about it. We just set up the new computer a couple weeks ago, a week ago or so. Never even crossed my fucking mind. Never even crossed my mind. I'll deal with that after the stream, all right?
The last round is over. Good luck.
So wait
guys.
up, Jonestown, the Jonestown guy, like
My
he
bad.
shouldn't have gone to prison, right? Like, or whatever the guy,
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, brother. Sorry.
the guy who like got people to drink the Kool-Aid. Realistically, should he have even gone to prison? Like,
They all wanted
they
it.
kind of understood. Yeah, they all wanted it. It was consensual. I don't know. Maybe pastors are gonna start like doing that. You know what I mean? Hopefully not though.
I think it'd be really fun if they just didn't put anyone in jail ever. Like the world would be so much more interesting.
Holy, dude. Ooh.
Well,
Imagine
they
that.
should legalize firearms in the UK first.
Base alert? What?
Oh no, I like when they go around knifing people. It's like more fair. I like that. I like duels. Like it's hard. It's harder when it's a duel. You know
I see
what I
people
mean?
talk about knife crime in London, but like, is that not cooler? Is that not cooler to have knife crime than gun crime? Like,
I
it's not
agree,
something
man.
All right, shut up.
like stabbing people compared to shooting people. It's
Bro,
personally
The other jokes were funny. All right, you're just fucking trying to dogpile the joke. You shut up.
you're like 6
Let
people,
that-
maybe even
let that
more
Turkey
shooting
Tom,
people.
Let's ask
Well,
Turkey
it's
Tom
an
what he thinks
equalizer.
because Turkey Tom gets to decide as the winner of last round on whether or not he wants to kick off
Damn, he's very good at this game, apparently. Holy shit. What the fuck?
Sam Pepper or Koyman. Good luck.
You know, Sam, you're an entertaining guy, but I feel like you're more British than the other guy, so I think you might have to go. You also talked less last round. You're kind of tapped out.
Damn.
Apart from the thing about how your girlfriend apparently assisted her on committing
That's a
suicide.
good story.
It is a good story, but I think I gotta get rid of you. I gotta keep the other guy, the knife crime guy.
God bless him.
Well, before you kick me, let me have my dignity and at least offer to consensually suck your one time.
Why do you know
Yo,
this?
Tom, this guy's spinning. This guy's spinning.
If you keep me, I will
I'm not
consensually
seeing that
suck
offer.
your dick one time.
He's got to make sure to say consensually, huh?
Whenever you tell me, I'll be
I
there.
think you would actually.
Yeah, I'm not calling that race. Thanks.
I think you would actually do that.
You do take the offer.
No.
Oh, God.
Okay, actually, wait.
I would just. I mean, maybe you should take the offer just to see if he'll do it. Like that's kind of it's kind of based, no? What is happening? Oh my god, I fucked myself so hard on this. Oh Jesus.
Will you pay me through another rug pull if you do that?
Okay.
I'll make. I'll make.
You commit to a crime?
I'll make a coin in your honor, and yeah, we'll set something up.
What'll it be called?
And I'll rug pull it.
Gobble coin? While you gobble his knob?
Get out of here, you fairy. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, bro, you missed that.
I called him the Tooth Fairy, right?
It still gets eliminated.
Love you guys,
bro.
Thank you guys. It was fun.
Bro, this is how much it means to be on kick or keep. You gotta understand. People are willing to suck for this. They keep their girlfriends after they lose.
It's no different than what normally happens to get on a Destiny stream. Am I right?
Oh.
Destiny's isn't gay, so.
I forgot he actually sucks too. That is crazy.
Bro,
the haircut made you so base, man.
Dude, his mustache tickles her nutsack. It's crazy.
You've got to watch South Park more, bro. It's not gay if you just like put your boy's balls in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, I should have watched the show about children.
Yeah, being degenerates. Yeah, that's facts.
I think, what was the person that liked that? Amos Yee was in here. What's their name?
Oh, Amos Yee, food shops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That person seems.
Yeah.
What do you know about food shops, by the way,
Fuck me, dude.
What do you know?
About what?
I'm trying to level up my weapon at the same time. I'm gonna die.
What do you know about food shops?
Literally nothing before this stream.
But how the f did you know, like, to call them Amos Yee and like make all the pedo jokes?
Well, because
like,
somebody said that right when they got in. They were like, I think you called them like the lolicon enthusiast or something, and they didn't deny that. Who is food shops? Actually, I don't want to promo them. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Okay.
She's opening her next video with that.
She's got sort of a Voshian perspective that I refute.
Okay. Next question. I want to talk about this because it's been a popular topic ever since it happened. The brother that burnt himself, the Air Force dude that burnt himself.
Oh yeah. Why talk about that? What the fuck?
Oh god.
I want to talk. Vegan, why are you smiling already? It's like
we're getting a little. I feel like we're getting a little too serious for commentary.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I have a few opinions on that.
Okay.
I think the guy was out of his fucking mind. That he shouldn't have done what he did. It is what it is, though, brother.
Great. So let me ask this: is self a big word again? So like
immolation, bro.
Who said that?
I got you, man. I'm on your side.
Thank you. Is self-immolation, excuse me, is self-immolation ever a valid act of political protest?
I don't care.
Will say this. I hope that every pro-Palestinian protester
sets himself on fire. Yeah, let's go.
Immolates.
Holy
what?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? That's wild, brother.
What the fuck? Okay, why?
They're spreading misinformation about the war. They're calling it a genocide when it's not. They're massively anti-Semitic.
I also
I would say the pro-Palestine movement is an anti-Semitic movement.
I don't know if I go that far. I mean, like, I understand the general, hey, we want to be treated more fairly, argument. But okay.
With the amount of anti-Semites. With the amount of anti-Semites in their movement that are calling for the death of all Jews, the destruction of Israel, so many of them, I would say probably the majority, are actually pro-Hamas. So,
Vegan Games and I are in full agreement, by the way. Let it be known. I do support Israel.
I support Israel too. I just feel like this is a little much, but okay.
J-Boys, people are mad at Israel because they win, because they own, because they've got big pockets.
It's true.
I'm supposed to hate them because they're rich, because they drive Bugattis, and Palestinians drive Toyota Corollas.
Gaza to Zaza.
That'd be an improvement, probably.
Gaza to Zaza. Yes.
Okay.
It took the question about self-immolation and just said we should just
how the Palestinians going to praise Mohammed but make no profits?
Okay, that's wild, brother.
IDFC.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, you guys are stealing. You make your own content. Shout out.
Make your own content. You come on the show and you talk. That's disgusting.
I want to stick to vegan because you said a lot of crazy shit.
Man, this is
why do you
not going to be about
hate
self-immolation.
Palestinian? Like, why do you hate them so much?
So I have no problem with people criticizing Israel by saying things like, the IDF should, I don't know, take more effort into reducing civilian casualties. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is spreading anti-Semitic propaganda. So saying the state of Israel shouldn't exist.
The state of Israel spreads propaganda every
Hamas
day.
are defenders. The October 7th attack was justified.
But they're right.
Israel is an occupying force. There's an
Wait, that makes them anti-Semitic if they say all of the like.
Absolutely. Those are anti-Semitic statements. They're not true.
Is it technically an occupation?
True, and they're defending terrorism.
What? This guy's deep in the sauce, bro. I can't believe it. That's wild.
I really just have no interest in fucking engaging with this Israel-Palestine shit at all. Why the did I lay on hands? What the fuck is happening?
Question. So you believe that if anybody were to say, that Israel occupying force, Gaza, open air prison, like that just makes them anti-Semitic.
This is
like,
crazy.
Well, it does. So look, the reason there's a
No, I don't think it. I mean, you can use this conflict to be anti-Semitic. I don't think that it makes you inherently anti-Semitic. But okay.
A blockade around Gaza is because of terror attacks. So I don't know of any other situation where there wouldn't be a blockade around a group of people who are committing terror attacks. I don't know how you can call that an apartheid or an open air prison.
Because they're bombing the
If you
place.
start shooting rockets at people and then there's a wall put around you, maybe you can go f yourself and self-immolate.
Right.
Everyone in Palestine has a small penis. Has anyone noticed this? I looked
Okay.
at a bunch of studies recently. They're all extremely small. Everyone in Israel has a
Does this
big
mean?
dick. I
Does
don't
this
know.
mean that? Yeah, I'm just gonna. You've been taking a look at a lot of Jewish penises. Is this the idea?
Oh, absolutely.
No.
There are actually a lot of Jewish.
Why did you decline Sam Pepper, Tom? What the
Wait,
hell?
is he Jewish?
I don't know. I don't care.
Open
He's
arms,
China.
stick.
Oh, you like
If he is, get his
Let's
podcast.
go.
The topic was self-immolation. This guy's coming in
Okay,
here.
I think these penis envy mushrooms.
Oh my god, I agree. The Israeli government. It's okay if we say that the Israeli government should reduce civilian casualties. Well, they're not. So people are getting angry and they're going to spread propaganda because that's the only thing that might. Okay.
I mean, hey, listen, brother. If you don't want your people to get killed, then come to the table for a fucking deal, man. I mean, you know, it's your responsibility. It's Hamas's responsibility to protect their own people more than it is anybody else's. Sorry.
Okay, what are you going to do about it? Fucking set yourself on fire. Who cares? It's over. It's over. Gaza's done. It's done. Cry about it. Set yourself on fire. It's done.
Okay.
Israel won. Go home.
Yes!
Call it. It's over.
The game
Can I
is
ask you a
over.
question? Is violence cool?
All the time, bro. It's awesome as fuck.
Yes. What?
I agree. Fuck.
Oh, what
Okay.
the fuck?
So was that a demonstration or what the fuck going on here? Are you bleeding?
I think he like accidentally put something like dust in his eye or something. The demonstration comment was funny though.
Fuck. That was,
What did you?
that was dumb.
What did you do?
I hate it when they just become Ezra talking. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, I feel like part of the reason is because it's just such a tired, exhausted fucking conversation to have. You know.
You just got back from the strip.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you a little personal anecdote. Okay, this is like becoming a meme that I say this, but most people here probably don't know me that well. I was in Hong Kong during the 2019 protests. Okay, so I have a little bit of a weirder perspective because I firsthand witnessed actual civil unrest. Okay, and so when you are actually interacting with the people who are, protesting or whatever against, in this case, I would just say that the Israeli government is kind of, in a way, an imposing government on Gaza, right?
They're kind of mean, bro. Pretty fucked up.
I understand that the IDF isn't, they're not the operating government. That could be Hamas, exactly, I understand. But what I'm saying is when you are being basically crushed under the thumb of a larger force, in the case of Hong Kong, it was obviously the government, acting government. They had basically no, democratic way to deal with these people, right? What are you going to do other than basically have to, like, again, you kind of have to, at a certain point, like, poke the giants to prove respect. You earn respect.
All right, but, like, come to the table with a peace deal. I don't know. Okay, I don't care.
I'm not comparing Hong Kong and Israel. I'm not saying they're one-to-one. That would be very delusional of me. I am saying that I understand that when you feel like you're powerless as a civilian or as a group of civilians.
Okay, sure. I don't disagree, but most Palestine supporters, BLMs, if they...
I mean, it's kind of like tough when you get a bunch of like supplies in from other countries as like to help you, and then the Hamas steals it all and like doesn't actually give it to their people. It's kind of rough.
Them in their fire.
My cousin's dog just tried to running away. I think God I had Papa God following and guiding me the whole time. What the fuck are you talking about, brother? Oh, you. Okay, you were watching me while you're doing that. Incredible.
On Twitter, victims.
Excuse me.
It's in their charter. They want
saying
to
that Hamas are
annihilate all
victims.
fucking Jews.
Excuse
They're
me.
not
Keep
this
in mind.
oppressed group that's under somebody's thumb. They're the oppressors.
What?
It just so happens that they're also retards.
Okay, so
You can only
with
make rockets
I
out
think
of
we know
sewer
everyone's
pipes.
position now. Was it justified for the army guy to light himself on fire? Was that good?
No. He should not have done that. There's like, you could make an argument that like, yeah, this
I
inspired.
don't think anybody really cared. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like that's the thing. Maybe if it inspired people, it would have been interesting, or it could have been effective. I don't think anybody cared. I don't think anybody was like, "Wow, this was fucking crazy." Plenty of people said that, but I don't think anybody was like, "Wow, this really moved me. Let me go do something about it." You know, I don't know. I think it's like the personification of TikTok activism, where it's like, "I'm going to do something really cool for social media attention," or I don't know what is. Clearly he was mentally unwell, to be honest with you, but I don't know if it really had a positive impact or any really.
Some people, but in a lot of cases, I think this just made people look at that and we're like, what the idiot. Like a lot of people, I just think that a lot of people look at that and they're like, that's very strange that he did that. The guy was probably like, I think a lot of people put it basically it might make the movement look bad that he kind of made it about himself. It might have helped that he was like a soldier is kind of symbolic or whatever. There's some people who think it's cool. I just think that's,
I mean, from my perspective, like a soldier speaking out on the issue.
I don't think you should glorify this type of thing.
Is much more powerful than him burning himself alive. I mean, he exists in a democracy, right?
Yeah.
Why would he not just speak out on how he feels rather than burn himself so everyone can make fun of him on Twitter and say they're
like he has balls, but that was very.
He doesn't have balls anymore.
Think about that Tibetan monk who burned himself, right? He sat there, Zen, just burned alive.
All that happened to the monk, even in the most based way, he got put on a album cover. Like that's all he got. How great is that? Amazing.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, but it was at least cool when he did it, you know, not just some.
He had some swag.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna do it, be cool. I guess is the lesson learned, guys. Be a little cooler. Okay.
College, autistic, or American.
Oh my
look,
God.
look,
All the bad words are so sad to me.
I would agree that self-immolation, like as a concept, it's mentally insane. You would obviously need to be mentally insane to do that. But like, in reality though,
More
like
mentally
the cause, the cause that he's like, you know, sacrificing himself for, it makes sense why like he would think it's worth it or whatever, because it is like a very hotbed and whatever.
He's a Hamas supporter and he's spreading anti-Israeli propaganda.
Well, we just had a conversation about taking your own life and assisted suicide, so I guess you agree that he has every right to do it there. I don't
know that he was a Hamas supporter, but there's a difference between being
he was. You see his social media posts? He was praising Hamas for the October 7th attack.
No, I don't know this guy. I don't give a
died in the October 7th attack deserved it.
Yeah, he was probably an idiot.
Claiming every single Jew in Israel should be an enemy target and Hamas should kill them all.
Yeah, okay, so he's a lunatic. Right, but would you say the same about a Jew who thinks that every Palestinian should die?
No.
Obviously somebody who has actual ideas. Anybody who wants to exterminate an entire group of people, yeah, absolutely, burn yourself.
The confidence in which you said, the confidence in which you said, if you support these terrorist Palestinian motherfuckers, you're supposed to burn yourself. But when you were asked the opposite when it comes to this,
I did.
It was a completely. It's like just went inside of you.
And then when you listen to the Israeli defense minister, of course, they're not going to use the word genocide, but when you listen to them basically say, you know, this is the big battle, this is the ultimate war, whatever it is they said, basically make a big deal about the fact that we're going to destroy these people, right? Do you not think like okay, so then that guy
if you had a neighbor,
why hasn't Destiny come in and give a middle experience? I think that I don't like. It sounds like they referenced earlier that Destiny's like doing emails. It seems like this is more of just a cash thing for him. Which is like, well, not even like, again, it's not like a moral chastising. It just seems like, yeah, he does like kick or keep. He has other people running it. He's kind of there. Sometimes he throws in. Sometimes he's doing other work. I don't think he's necessarily looking to have a productive conversation about Israel Palestine on the fly here. It's a kick or keep show, you know.
Lobbing frag grenades into your back garden.
Children get murdered. I wonder what got him so upset.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah.
So that justifies all the civilian deaths in your eyes, Vegan. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
absolutely. Absolutely.
No. I'm not without sarcasm. So just what I'm saying.
Do
you believe that Israel is justified in whatever they do after October 7th? Whether that is
still everything. Not like Israel can't nuke Gaza and have that.
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
So I'm not saying
it was a little bit what you asked him, but okay.
They should be able to nuke Gaza and like literally everybody. But I think so far what they've done has been justified.
Well, you asked him if everything's justified. Why are you? What the fuck?
At least for the most part.
So all the innocent civilian deaths, all of it justified.
Yeah, in my view, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Okay, and at least you self-admit to being a what is it? Sorry, tell me the diagnosis.
Antisocial personality disorder.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But do you think that your opinion on this could have been influenced by that diagnosis, or do you think this?
Well, of course it would be. There's no way it can't be. Like we're all like every life experience we have influences the decisions that we make, of course. So
like a logical basis that you're coming to this conclusion.
No, I like look.
It's like literally a part of like you. Like being diagnosed with some kind of whatever personality disorder or something. That's a diagnosis on how you parse through information as a person. So of course,
I think there are other wars like World War II where there were massive civilian casualties, and nobody really looks at Germans dying in World War II as genocide.
Sure. It's also a different situation, and also there was no like social media present at the time showing us all the stuff. But
still crying about Dresden personally speaking.
I thought Gokanari was a Jew. I was told Gokanari was a Jew.
He is.
Why? So why the fuck is he telling
me?
Dude, he's fake Jew, dude. Come on, I'm a real one. And RJ.
What's going on here? You sound like a goy right now.
If I'm a Jew,
goy Kanari. That's what you are.
Okay.
Theoretically, if I'm a Jew, that would be Tom's half of the family. Okay.
What? No. That's not true. Wait.
Look at the way he jumped. Look at the way he jumped. Yo, Destiny, you saw that.
I deny the allegations. I'm Turkish. I'm 100% Turkish.
Makes
bro,
sense.
I'm Turkish too, bro. You're come on.
I know. I'm the Turkish.
Are these guys like really related? This is so weird.
Side,
This has got to be like a deep joke.
Your mom was the Jewish side.
More Turkish than you look more Jewish. You like what?
Okay, well, sometimes trace.
Why wouldn't you want to be Jewish? Apparently, according to the conspiracy theories, which are wrong, by the way, the Jews control the world. So, I mean, I'm Jewish. Why do you think I'm so successful, guys? I only have a little bit in me too. That's the little bit that's in me is the one part where my dad molested me. Because I'm just kidding. He never did that. He molested my mom consensually, of course. I don't know if she. Well, I never asked her if she liked it. I'll ask her next time I see her if she thought if he threw a good fucking pipe, because I do, so maybe he does too. I don't really know. This is what my wife says, but anyway, we're kind of lost in the sauce here.
Interesting ways. I'm not Jewish, but I do like J-Dams. I like bunker busters. That's my passion.
Incredible.
I like big noses.
You do?
Big noses on women are hot.
Oh.
That's true. I actually agree with him on that.
Oh, what about men?
Okay.
I mean, I'm not attracted to men, dude.
I can let my hair down.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Tom. You're actually like Juju, like you're like Jew, or like
me and Gokunaru are both Jewish. Yes.
That's huge. That's huge. J-Boy's hopping off the porch.
J-Boys are destroying.
How disappointing. Just kidding.
I'm letting him speak for himself.
Oh, they're really cousins. I'm a big Goka fan, and they've talked about it from. Wow, that's interesting. So, real question: which one of them got the other one into content? Like which one was like, you know what, I'm gonna make content. I'm thinking it was Turkey Tom, and then Gokunaru's like, I want to do this, but I want to do the soy version of Turkey Tom. I'm kidding. I actually like him. I think he's a good, genuine. From what I've seen, I don't really know any of these fucking assholes, but he seems like a good, genuine guy. I'm being a little silly. Okay.
Oh, bro, this is stuff that he's exposing.
Do not deny that you lit the menorah. You lit the menorah last Hanukkah, personally.
Damn.
Oh.
You were spinning dreidels all day.
But then why would it be pro-Palestine, bro? Like,
you're self-hating. I respect our dad. I respect our uncle Benjamin Netanyahu. You have a problem, dude. The whole family thinks you're a joke. So much that the rabbi poked out your eye.
They're not actually Jewish. Okay.
Like, seriously.
That's why I'm on the hook.
Get a grip. They took your foreskin, now they take your eye. What are they going to take next?
Bro, they've been
they're here.
Flashlights at my window for the last 5 months.
They're here. They're here. You've been up. Repent.
Is it me up?
Repent, boy. We got your DNA. Repent.
Jesus Christ, this is wild.
They want me to self-immolate. Is that what's happening?
What they want you to do is regret speaking out against the Jewish people. Okay, you were chosen. You were literally chosen, and you reject.
God's chosen. God's chosen.
Chosen by God, and you reject that. That's a problem.
Look, man. There's only really one thing to.
What's happening right
now? Yep. While he's doing that, we have a double elimination poll for our finals. I'm
yes,
we do. Chat. Good luck.
It's the ultimate round, not the I'm just saying.
Not kick. There you go. Good luck.
All right, but at least the haircut makes sense now. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for clearing some things up, Turkey.
No worries, man. I always want to be honest with you, Karan.
I guess maybe he just. Well, that would explain the haircut if he's Jewish, though, because then you just put the yarmulke on and then you do like a bowl cut with a yarmulke, and that's what's left. A big yarmulke, though.
Not us.
They got me stressed out. I need to relax.
I have sort of a Shapiro energy about me. Would you agree?
Okay.
No comment. No comment. Shout out to all the Jews out there. I've never met one IRL, but
that I didn't like.
I've spoken to two online. You know what I mean? Yeah. Crazy. I grew up in the Middle East, but I never met a Jew. It's kind of fucked up.
Wow. There's a lot of really fine Jewish women.
All right, relax. You're gooning too hard for even me, dude. Relax.
That's why
IDF baddies are all over TikTok.
Propaganda. Bro, we're talking about propaganda. That is incredibly good propaganda.
Ashkenazi strong.
Bro, it is. I've said that all the time. If you want to end this conflict, just send the other side your hottest women, and like they'll be like, "Oh shit, these fucking people deserve rights." That's why I think trans people deserve rights, because they're hot. And you might be like, "Oh, that's stupid." No, it's not. Like that's real. Like men are dogs. Men like putting their wiener in things. Put something that's wienerable in front of me, and I'm gonna think it needs rights. That's all it is. Unrelated, I was actually thinking the other day that maybe we should give dogs human rights. I'm just kidding, dude. That's actually I'm into horses.
Ashkenazi strong. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Wait, yeah, I'm surprised, man. Wait, you're pro-Israel, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I would submit to literally any Jewish girl's
I don't know why. Okay, I'll be a dickhead. I thought like you might have been like a
self-hating Jew.
Wait, oh my bad. Okay, I didn't know you were Jewish too, bro. My bad.
You're a Jew. How many fucking Jews are in this school, man?
For an anti-Semitic panel host, you've got a pretty good.
Wait till you find out about Destiny, okay? Wait till you find out the truth. Who do you think's paying for the stream?
Check the early live section.
I don't see a lot of super chats on Destiny streams these days.
Real quick, we need to move on to the finals, okay?
Move on to your mom, dude.
No one's gonna find out about me because you're one of the people that are out of here. You and Quinn, okay? Turkey Tom and Quinn.
Wait, I'm leaving.
Damn.
Oh,
yeah, we got owned.
Bro, my boy. Yo, Queen, with you, man. I jokes aside. And Tom, I'll see you at the family reunion, bro.
I will see you at the Shabbos Goy meeting.
I feel like they're not actually cousins or whatever. It's just a long-standing joke. I don't know.
We're gonna have an intervention. You're having some problems, dude.
Okay, bro. Stop bringing it up on live stream, bro. That's
All
okay.
right, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
See you. Bye.
See you soon. Karantos is anti-Semitic. He actually hates Jews.
But stop making it awkward. Do you say bye? Just like, you know, hit the red button.
Yeah, just leave, Tom. Come on, bro.
I don't know how. I don't know how. Queeman, I added you on Discord. Queeman, I added you on Discord. We need to have a Jewish meeting.
I'll accept. I'll add Go Naruto. We'll have a big Jew meeting and talk about how we're going to bring the commentary. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, God bless. Holy shit. That was,
come on, dude.
That was fucked.
Tom, you know you've been eliminated too, right?
I forgot how to leave. I don't know how.
All right, Lil Steve, show him the way out.
Yo, someone give him a chair. Someone give him a chair.
Yeah, you kick him out, Lil Steve. Come on, like it's finger workout.
Make me find all this the server.
Yeah, it's a left click, you know, or a right click, I guess.
God.
Bye. Okay, that was fun.
Okay, interesting.
Holy dude, just because I'm
Why did Boogie leave, bro? I don't understand that.
Jewish, really? What's up, bro?
Biggest loser of the night here.
Oh my God, it's Gokunaro.
Got Omo, bro.
Why are you filming? I got J-Riz.
Did the J Boys just lose?
Yeah, J-Boys, we lost. It's actually over.
Do you think you lost because you were anti-Semitic?
I think I lost because I was pro-Semitic.
Oh, actually, yeah, that was what happened.
I gotta go hit up the tunnels real quick.
Gaza to Zaza? Or was that you?
Gaza to Zaza. I don't know who said that. Someone cool.
Okay. So probably you.
Can you wear this?
Oh no, wait, that's Jalen.
I don't know if I want to put that on. I feel like something. I don't know.
You're being chosen.
Will this laser off my foreskin?
It'll make you rich.
Or Jaden. How do you say that person's name?
Being...
Looks like they detransitioned though, so God bless.
Will I lose my foreskin?
Not right now, but later, yes. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you all later. Goodbye. And be sure to become a member.
Cool beans, man. Yeah, be sure to become a member. Shit your pants and come your balls. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Cool. Excellent segment.